Alright, let's get started. So, you are all currently in the town of Otari, a thriving settlement, the largest on the coast, in fact, between Absalon and Diablo. This is a rather quaint logging town, I suppose you would call it, with a variety of people inside it. And let's head there now. One of the buildings in this lovely town is Odd Stories. You see a three-story stone tower rise from the back half of this one-floor wooden bookstore. A sign above the front door depicts a stack of open books with lines of magical energy rising from the pages. And inside, with her small spell book, we have... Oh, your Crash Gem. Did you want to describe your character?
Oh,
And
yeah.
yourself, if you wanted to.
Sure. So Chamomile is a gnome tiefling. Her mother is a succubus who has a bad habit of having kids she doesn't want. It just kind of leaves them all over the inner sea. She was fortunate enough to track down an older sister, who is the Vryn, who runs I think a sundry shop in the town. And Rin kind of took her in and raised her, basically. She loves books and lore, like many gnomes do, and she has a innate ability for summoning, and is actually able to summon things out of books, and that's kind of her little parlor trick. She hasn't given a lot of thought to adventuring, but she knows that her older sister Rin very much wants to explore the recently uncovered ruins near town before somebody from the Pathfinder Society in Absalon gets over here and pretty much just speed runs the place. Her sister's got real bad claustrophobia, so Chamomile is trying to psych herself up to try and form a party and give it a go, but she's pretty terrified of the prospect. As she works, she doesn't really work very hard because she summons like an unseen servant and her eidolon and her familiar to pretty much do like most of her work for her, and she just reads most of the time that she's working and just has them do all the work. Yeah. And so it's not that she's lazy, it's just that work is boring, and as a gnome, she's always looking for more colorful and exciting things to do. So it helps to have a whole team of Pokemon on hand to handle all the boring stuff that life throws your way.
Sure. So as you're kind of lounging there, relaxing, you see your familiar and your dragon kind of picking up various books, putting them back on the shelves. However, in fact, you're not, apart from your familiars and your summons, you're not alone in the bookshop. The owner of the bookshop, Morbint, he's a kind of aging man. He's got these really thick circle glasses, orange hair, and like a green cap and green scarf. Will kind of walk into the room, and then he'll kind of see you kind of lounging, but sees your animals doing all the work. Thank you, dear. Thank you for rearranging those. There's been a horrible to sort out. I still don't know if I want to do them alphabetically by title, alphabetically by author. Oh, there's so many ways that we can sort these, but thank you. What did you decide on doing? Just via book title, by author? What did you decide on?
Oh, well, I thought it might be best if we did it by what would be the most fun to read, and then after we've determined what was the most fun to read, we could then determine like what the subject was, and then after we determined what the subject was, we could figure out when the book was written, because I think people really connect better to books that came out recently versus older books, but then some people that are old like you, they might be looking for like an older book, so that way they just skip to the old stuff right away, and only then would we really care about who wrote the book.
Well, I suppose fun doesn't age, so you are correct. I do enjoy myself a good old book. But I don't know if this is the most effective method. It might be effective for you, but I feel like fun is a very subjective matter. and he'll kind of walk over to like the book that you kind of put like at the front. What kind of book do you think you would find the most fun, and that you kind of categorized to be right up the front?
Oh, yeah, definitely any sort of manga-esque like visual novels that have been written about the iconic Pathfinder heroes would probably be the ones that she thinks are the best books, because they have, they have pictures, and she, with her magic, can animate the pictures, so when she's reading them, it's, a lot more entertaining.
Sure. So Morblin will walk over and he'll pull out what appears to be like you know this one quite well. It's the stories of Seela, who was a very well-known paladin, who before she became a paladin, she was a pickpocket, and then she eventually went through the ranks and became a very well-known paladin. This is one of the classics, but this is rather old, don't you think? Due to your system, do you not think this would be better suited to be a bit lower down?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a fair point. So, okay, let's just take it from the top, everybody. Pork, Verso, Goner. Let's take them all down off the shelf. We're gonna do it all over again.
So yeah, Pork is very. Did you want me to roleplay out?
Oh yeah, sure.
And summon, or did you want more control of it?
Oh no, go for it.
Alright, so Pork instantly gets to work, like quickly rearranging stuff. You hear like a very loud huff from Verso. You see a bit of like inky flame kind of get shot out of his nostril and kind of spirals up. It doesn't actually burn anything, but it visually looks like fire, even though it's black with almost like a white outline on the outside. But after his huffing and puffing, he will get to work as well. You also see the occasional book get picked up by an invisible force and get moved somewhere else. I've hired one person, and I've gotten you getting so much work done. I'm so glad you came here to find your sister. It's been a big help. My husband's been away now for quite some time, so it's been nice to have people around the shop who could help me out.
Yeah, about that. I know I've been working here for a few years, but I was thinking about taking all of the steady work, goodwill, and experience that I've built here, and just sort of like throwing it away, and maybe even my life, because I'm thinking about maybe being an adventurer.
Oh, well, there's not much use for adventurers in Otari, and I'll just quickly, just to clarify something really quickly, the ruins to the northwest where the Gauntlight is, most of these have actually been previously explored by various Pathfinder agencies and such, and it's essentially considered an empty spot. There's no threat, there's no treasure, there's no point going there.
So we don't know yet, or like, is it like on
recently,
the TL?
Recently, Rin has been telling you she thinks something's up with it, but she's not sure what.
Okay. She says, well, I don't really want to quit though, so if I like survive, could we just say it was a leave of absence?
I suppose that should be fine. Honestly, my husband should be back tomorrow from his trip. He comes and goes, but I think he's going to be staying a while this time. So, honestly, if you want to come back and work for a day or two and get some coin, feel free to do so. But I wish you the best of luck on your adventure.
All right. Well, then, I wrote this just in case I did have the guts to tell you myself. And she hands them a pink piece of paper. That essentially explains that she needs to take a leave of absence to risk her life and limb, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Yep, sure. And as you go to hand over the piece of paper, can I get you to roll a will save for me, please?
Oh, okay. Let's see. This is my first time rolling a will save. I think I just hit the spinning die. Oh shit! There's a pop-up menu. Do I just hit the roll button?
It should just be default. Yeah,
okay.
Just click the roll button.
Is there a way to skip that, like holding shift or something?
That's a good question.
I'll figure it out. Let's see. So I got a 19.
Yeah, with a 19, you can feel your vision almost like shift, and it seems like you're somewhere else. You're surrounded by darkness, but you see a faint blue light emanating off in the distance from what appears to be a lighthouse. And as quick as the vision started, it fades, and you're facing Morland.
Oh.
He's kind of got an eyebrow raised at you as you kind of started to hand out the letter towards him, but kind of stopped mid motion, and like you haven't fully handed it to him yet. Are you all right, dear?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's my notice. I think I need some coffee. Can I take a 15-minute break?
Oh yes, sure.
Okay.
It's rather late in the evening now, so presumably your shift would be ending.
Oh, okay.
So you could just call it a day there.
All right. Wow. Sure. All right. Pack it up, guys. Let's get out of here.
And with that, the book that your dragon is kind of like forming out of, that is still like underneath him, will like close and float into your like satchel.
Mm.
And your familiar will just kind of climb onto your shoulder and sit there.
Yeah, the familiar's a little creepy because in order for him to work at the bookstore, I have to give him prehensile hands. So it's like a French bulldog with little bat wings, but it's got like little monkey hands so that it can like, sort books and stuff. And then I think the other familiar feature I have to give him to work at the bookstore is like the ability to read and write, so he knows what books he's dealing with. The familiars are very cool in this system. Like, wow.
Yeah, the familiar ability is very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as you kind of head out of the bookstore, where would you be heading? You know, Rin at some point wants to see you before it gets too late.
Okay, well, as a gnome, I need to drink my own weight in coffee every day, and I know that coffee is one of the major import-export of this region, so it shouldn't be too pricey. There's probably a lot of coffee shops, so I was just going to hit up like an espresso bar or something.
Yeah, sure. You actually know most of the taverns, even though they primarily sell alcohol. They surprisingly, most of them also serve coffee. So pretty much all the taverns would have access to coffee. The two main ones are the Crook's Nook and the Rowdy Rockfish.
Oh.
There's also the Otari Fishery, which also serves drinks, but that's only late at night. However, you do know that they are beginning to open as it is starting to become evening.
Okay, I'll just hit up the one that's all the way to Rin's shop.
So Rin's shop is actually right above you.
Oh, okay.
It's over here. So you'd have to go a bit out of your way to go get the coffee. You do know Rin, though, is a coffee drinker, so presumably she might
I'll just go pick up two coffees and then go to Rin's place.
Alright, sure.
Okay.
As you head over to the coffee, let's jump over to another character.
Mm-mm.
Remy, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Do you have anything to send me, or are we just going to jump in?
Yeah,
I'm happy to jump
I'm
in.
sending you it right now. It might be a little too long, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do.
Regardless, while that is loading, we jump away from Odd's Joys, which is the name of the bookshop, down to the south at the Dawnflower Library. This library almost doubles as a church as well, to a variety of the major religions that people worship in Otari. However, anyone is welcome to come and worship there. The main person who's in charge of the library is Vandy Banderdash, who is a female halfling. You know she's a cleric. No one's really sure how powerful she is, but she does tend to help out people around town with various healing magic. And I will show that to everyone.
Oh, wow.
However, sitting with Vandy, as the library seems to be somewhat empty, is Remy. Did you want to describe your character?
Yeah. Valen Crawl is a halfling with very pale skin and deep red eyes. She looks very young, but just in the greetings, you'll notice that behind her words are some pretty aged wisdom. she doesn't really like talk to people very much. No one really takes to being her friend, as she's quite stern and rather unplayful. She seems very serious about what she's doing, and she's constantly praying. She sits in the library, reading a old dusty tome that no one's probably picked up in 20 years.
And then you'll kind of feel a presence over your shoulder, looking at like what you're reading, and you notice Vandy standing behind you. Ah, dearie, what you reading?
It's a book about souls, and it's got some scripture in it and some old knowledge.
Oh, well, I can't say I've read that, and I've read most of the books in this library. You'll have to point it out to me once you're done with it.
Val looks at the 600-page book like, yeah, I should be done with it in a couple days.
Alright, well, I know you haven't been in town too long, but have you been meeting anyone? I know you are friends with Rin, but...
Yeah, I mean, I've helped a couple citizens, tried to give them some wisdom, but...
Oh, well, that's good. I'm sure everyone in Otari appreciates your presence.
I hope so.
Are you planning on staying long? I know you just came to visit your friend, but you have been a help here at the library.
I'm still planning. I'm not too sure, but I'll stay for as long as the people need me.
Oh, well, there's always people in need. It's what you need, really. But regardless, I'm glad you're enjoying your stay.
Huh. Yeah, let me know if I could help you out at all.
And she'll give you a nod, and then she'll return. You'll see her walk back to like the front desk of the library, just in case anyone walks in. But as she's walking away, can I get you to roll a will save for me as well?
Yes. Holding shift did just auto roll it.
Oh, it does. All right, that is good to know.
Yeah, good to know.
But similar to what Chamomile saw, your vision just kind of goes dark and you can't see anything around you. It's almost like you're not in the library anymore. But you look out and just far, far away in the distance, you can see this faint blue glow and what appears to be a lighthouse. But just as quickly as you see it, it vanishes.
She kind of opens her eyes and she mutters in a ancient language, and she just says, Narakas. Do you show this to me?
You don't seem to hear any response. Not that there is often a very direct response through your worship, but it feels like you don't have that connection you once did.
Yeah, she wasn't expecting, like... And she just kind of like nods her head, grabs the book, and gets up and walks out of the library.
Sure. As you're walking out of the library, you do know that Rin, who you are familiar with, had been talking about that there was something wrong with the lighthouse, but she wasn't sure what.
Yep, that's who she's going to see.
Alright, as you continue to walk downtown towards Rin's, we'll jump to our third adventurer. Stone, did you want to describe your character?
Sure. He's a very smug-looking catfolk, but definitely stands out even among catfolk with his bluish-green fur. and piercing blue eyes that seem to remind people of tidal waves. He's kind of known around town by many as kind of being a bit of a troublemaker, and never seems to be too far from trouble, but his charismatic personality makes people he's endearing to a lot of people as well. But he doesn't mess with the locals pretty much, but he loves taking advantage of visiting people or passing through.
All right. So do you think it was Bowden, right?
Yep.
Do you think Bowden has been staying in Otari for very long, or do you think he's just passing through for the day, or why do you think he's in town at the moment? Or is he a local to one of these?
He's local. He's probably been here for a long time. He's between here and the river. He's often either on the river or in the swampland around.
Sure. Okay. So there's a fair few fishing spots that are kind of well known in the town that kind of travel up the river that go along. The main one is the main opening to where it opens up to the ocean. So it's getting rather late. So this fishing spot is pretty empty at the moment. You know that the Otari fishery next year was soon to be open, as they often have like a games night and a drinking night there. So you're kind of sitting there in that spot. What do you think you'd be doing? Do you think you'd just be here waiting for the games and the drinking to start, or do you think you'd be quietly fishing to yourself?
Wherever he can find the local fence, because he has a habit of, taking advantage of people while they're out in the swamps, like offering to be their guide, and then just kind of, oops, something happened, got stuck.
Yeah, sure. So you know most of the locals, most of the non-locals who come through, eventually end up in Crook's Nook, and all the locals know to kind of like not take any deals here. But any non-locals don't know that, and are quite often quite easy to trick into either directly stealing from or giving them a bad deal or something. So that's probably the place you wanted to go if you want to do something like that, which is over here.
Gotcha. So he'd probably be coming from there, maybe heading to the fishery while they're getting ready to open up. So he just probably just fenced some goods, and he's kind of walking down the street.
So yeah, I'd say you could have spent the whole day, kind of trying to like get a good deal over someone, and to represent this. What kind of skill? Like, how would you be going about doing it? Would you be kind of like sweet talking people into like making good deal, or would you kind of be like overestimating the danger of something and then suggesting to help out, like trying to intimidate them into thinking that they need your help? Or do you think you'd directly be like just pickpocketing or something? You probably wouldn't be pickpocketing from what you described.
No, he'd likely be trying to book like a passage through the swamp, just to, explaining the danger and trying to act as a guide, because he has the terrain expertise for swamplands and stuff. So he tries to often put himself out as a river guide to help people get through.
All right. As you're kind of looking for these jobs, can I get you to roll a diplomacy check for me?
Sure.
All right. With a 15, sadly today has been rather uneventful for you. There doesn't seem to be any non-locals coming through, and pretty much everyone who's a local in Otari kind of knows your tricks, and everyone still likes you anyway. But you notice the owner of the establishment, Yin, who's a human female, kind of like looks at you like kind of like shaking her head as she's cleaning a glass. No suckers today, are they? You're normally pretty lucky here, aren't you? But no one came in today.
You there, Stone?
Yeah, I can't hear anything, Stone, if you're talking. I will presume he's had to duck out. But regardless, eventually, after Bontin isn't able to find any money or people to make money off, he will head to the fishery. And I guess until he's back, we will jump over to the two of you. You are both of you are now just outside Rin's shop, and you kind of almost bumped into each other.
Alright, it just kicked me out for some reason. I apologize.
Oh, no problem.
No, I just tell him, seems like the fish aren't biting today. And just go and get a drink.
Yep, and she'll serve you something. It's on the house today. I can't charge a man who I saw fail so much. And she kind of gives you a wink.
Much obliged.
And then as you go to reach for the drink, I need you to make a will save for me, please. You guys are rolling really well.
All right. Solid.
I'm in a -1 to that even. Heck yeah.
We got nothing to worry about.
Yeah. He said Pathfinder was hard. But yeah, your vision will fade rather into darkness. And once you were in the bar, all the sounds of like the various patrons kind of fade away and you can't see anything. And then there's a very bright blue light, and that seems to be emanating from a lighthouse. And then, just as quickly as it started, the vision will disappear, and you finish reaching out and grab your drink.
Is that blue light reminiscent of like the will-o-wisps and stuff? That is one of my backstory stuff. So
you can roll a lore check. So roll lore wisp. So if you go to your skills, it should be there.
So all of our lore stuff, it gets rolled secretly automatically, or do we get to see it?
So just because I'm doing it quickly now. I'm just doing it open. But a lot of the times it will be hidden check.
Okay.
The only exception I make to that is if you're doing recall knowledge checks in combat, I just let you guys see it.
Oh, okay.
But if it's out of combat and you're trying to figure stuff out, it's most of the time hidden. But I generally don't start doing that straight away, just so you guys can kind of see how it all works. But yeah, you're not really able to make a connection between the will-o-wisps and this light.
Gotcha.
However, you do recognize the lighthouse that you saw in your vision, which is actually the Gauntlight, which is the lighthouse to the kind of north of the town. And this is around the area where you first interacted with the will-o-wisp. So there might be some connection, but you can't quite put it together in your head yet.
Gotcha.
And as you're kind of like having these thoughts about like, man, this was so similar to something that happened to me, roll me a society check, which is another skill.
What does society mean? Like in the terms of check?
Yep, so society is essentially your knowledge of like civilization and like the people you know. So essentially it would be like how well you know like society. That's stupid to say, I realize that. But it can also be used to like identify certain creatures. So like if you were fighting a giant and you were wanting to know more about like giant society and like what they value and stuff like that, you could use society for that.
Oh, okay.
But with a 15, you're not too familiar with her, but you know Rin is kind of the go-to person to talk about like strange occult stuff. So if you wanted to kind of follow up on this will-o-wisp aspect, she's probably the person to talk to. And then you know she lives somewhere up to the north of town.
Gotcha. So I guess once I finish my drink, I'd probably start heading that way.
Yep, sure. At which case we'll jump forward a bit to where you all meet up outside of Rin's Wonders. So before you actually get there, you kind of see each other seemingly walking in the same direction.
Oh, at this point, Chamomile, who is a small person. She has like little goat hooves and tail, little fork tail, kind of goes back. And little ram horns. So she kind of looks like a gnome satyr, but also I guess like a Pathfinder tiefling. 'Cause take a look, however. She's like, again, not lazy, but I mean, you know, carrying coffee all the way across the street. So at this point, she's probably just riding on Verso. And then Goner, the unseen servant, is probably having to carry the coffee. You know, because like then she could kind of kick back and like read a book while everyone else does all the work. But that's not because she's lazy. It's because she's interested in, you know, reading books and learning.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll just make a clarification with the unseen servant quickly.
Uh-huh.
For roleplay stuff, this is completely fine.
Oh, sure.
So you can sustain the spell unseen servant for up to 10 minutes.
Oh, right. It's not a ritual
sustain
in this game. Okay.
Yeah, it is not.
Okay. Then.
So I'm happy for him to kind of follow you around out of combat, but like if you're using him for combat, I'll still be using the rules as written.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And he would use my only spell slot for the day, so yeah. I'll actually just you know, we'll say that he got dismissed at the end of the shift, and I'll be down my first level spell slot, which is fine with me.
It's fine for you to keep it. You went. That's just a rule thing.
That's okay.
Spending your resource, so that's fine.
Okay.
You'll see an invisible puff of dust appear, or rather, you won't. As
okay, right.
The unseen servant vanishes.
All right, then Pork will have to carry the coffee. So he's sworn to carry my burdens. So.
Both of you who aren't chamomile, you see the strange familiar flying behind them, and then occasionally it will kind of look around and make sure its master isn't like paying attention. We'll take like a small swig of the coffee.
Checks out.
Valen doesn't laugh. She kind of just has a really stern face. She sees the little gnome tiefling, and she kind of just nods to herself. But she doesn't say anything, and she just approaches the shop.
And as one troublemaker to another, I say, Miss Cammy, good to see you this evening.
Oh, hey, it's you back already? Did you find anything good up there?
Nah, the fish aren't biting.
Are we using thieves' cant right now, or were you actually fishing?
Middle of a little bee.
Okay. Well, I was just going to see my sister. Got off of work, had a weird vision, gave my leave of absence notice, picked up some coffee. Now I'm just gonna head over to see what's going on.
You having weird visions too?
Yeah, it was like a big stone
Lighthouse.
Oh yes, that's what I was going to say. Yes, it was definitely a lighthouse that I saw in my vision.
Guess I'm not the only one.
Val kind of overhears you guys talking, and she says, Nodaka sent you a vision as well?
What? I don't know who sent me a vision.
I don't know who this Anakis is, but
It's Nodakus. He's pretty important. I'd love to tell you about him.
Yeah, can you spell that for me? Narakas?
N-A-R-A-K-A-A-S.
A-A-S. 2 A's at before the S. That's pretty tough. Okay.
He is the cleansing sentence.
Like he washes people?
He judges them.
If they're dirty or not?
No.
Then why is he cleansing them?
Well, in a way. Well, he judges your soul. I saw this vision too.
The one of the lighthouse.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Rin was telling me about it. Is she here?
I hope so. I don't know where else she would be.
So yeah, as you're asking about her, and you kind of look to like where you know she is, and I'll give you like you see a rather strange shop. The structure consists of a ring of what appears to be standing stones arranged in a 60-foot diameter circle, surrounding a 15-foot high dome of wooden beams covered with triangular pieces of canvas. And then as you kind of get closer, you realize these stones aren't in fact stone. They're made of wood frames and canvas as well, and they're like painted to resemble a stone circle. And then at the front, kind of watching you all as you approach, is Rin, who is a tiefling. She's got kind of these curled horns, long white hair, and she's wearing a very elegant red dress with long white sleeves. And on her belt, you see a very prominent star knife.
Oh, hey, sis, I'm off work, and, I brought you some coffee, and,
Thank you, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know how much I love this. Who are these? Oh, you must all be here about the lighthouse, the stars. They told me so.
Oh, yes, the stars. So OOC, Chamomile has joined this strange celestial cult just because it means a lot to her older sister, but she doesn't have a real stake in it, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's like one of those people that, like, goes to church because the family goes to church, but, like, if they didn't have to go to church, they probably would go to church. Like, that's kind of, you know, she wrote it on her character sheet that that's her religion, but she doesn't really pay much attention to it.
Sure. You have a feeling Vryn is kind of aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the tenets of the faith, of like essentially one of the main tenets is like freedom and travel, she doesn't think it really makes a difference. She tells you're doing it because you love her, and then that's enough for her.
Oh,
So
cool.
your actual practice of the religion is you doing whatever you want and traveling around.
That's a great religion.
But yes, it told me there would be. Well, perhaps I read it wrong. I thought there was going to be 5, but. Oh, well, I suppose if I count these 2, and she'll point over to the familiar and the summon. Actually, is the summon out at the moment, or is the summon still in his book?
Oh, he's always out. This is Ash's Pikachu right here. This guy never wants to be in the book. He's always out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I suppose that makes 5 of you. But I don't really know where to start. I've been noticing a light coming from the lighthouse to the north, but no one else seems to be able to see it at night. But I know my vision is better than most, but I just want to make sure my eyes aren't playing tricks on me, and perhaps you could all go investigate?
Yeah, I actually just put in my notice at the bookshop, so
Oh, but darling, you love that bookshop.
Yeah, but they said I could come back when when I was done. Assuming I'm still alive. And so yeah, I'm ready for this.
Oh, as long as you're sure, sister.
I am, because of the thing that we talked about. And so I'm going to be your eyes and your ears out in the world.
So
Thank you kindly. And she'll kind of put her like. Sorry, you go.
No, yeah. Val kind of like just cuts everyone off. And she's like, "So you said you've been getting visions? You see this light?"
Oh, not visions, dearie. I just look to the lighthouse and I can see it, but no one else seems to be able to see it.
You mentioned the stars. Do they tell you things? Do you have signs or clues?
Yes, I have a way of reading, but sometimes it is more detrimental than helpful. But I knew there was going to be 5 of you to aid me, but I don't really know what the task is, I'm afraid. There used to be a great evil in the Gauntlight, but I don't see any reason. It's been thousands of years. I don't know why it would be back, but if it is, I'm worried.
So you think someone else has been lighting the lighthouse?
Well, it's not like a normal lighthouse, right? You can't just like pour oil on it or whatever and just light it. You have to do magic stuff, right? Or is it just like a normal lighthouse and anybody could lit it?
I haven't been up to the top of it, so I'm not sure. I'd always presumed the lighthouse itself had no significance. It was just the location of something that happened in the past. But perhaps you're right. Perhaps it is magic.
Okay, can I I've been around this town a bit, and I've talked to some of the people, and I've also read religious texts, and I'm sure I've heard about this place before. Can I like recall knowledge to see what I know about? Or,
Yep. So
like,
you can
what's
recall
happening?
knowledge by doing a society check.
Okay, well I'm awful at those, so here we go.
Wait, don't worry, I'm awful also, and I'll try to use the help aid another action. It's one of these 40 different actions I could do. And if I do really bad, you'll get a penalty.
Yep, so the way that aid works is you attempt the same check with a DC 20, and then if you critically fail, you reduce the result by 1.
Okay.
But if you succeed, they get a +1, and if you crit succeed, they get a +2.
I withdraw my offer of assistance. Yeah. Yeah, I immediately withdraw my offer of aiding after doing basic math. I'm like, yeah.
Sure thing.
Okay, I want to check something real quick. I have guidance, but I don't think it's as good.
Shit. Here we go.
No,
I believe it's just a +1 to the check.
You can only benefit from it like once an hour.
But how are we supposed to constantly scream guidance every 30 seconds? My play experience is ruined.
Okay, I'm gonna cast guidance on myself as I seek divine guidance, which is exactly what it says, and I will get a +1 circumstance bonus to.
Yep. So you can see that little box there.
Oh, I didn't check it. Oh shit.
Oh well.
Oh.
Never mind. So just to clarify before we like get to like the actual result of that, see how like in the box where you cast guidance there's like spell effect guidance?
Yes.
In the chat. So if you drag that onto your character, it'll apply the buff.
Oh.
Okay.
And then it'll automatically wear off after it's used?
I think you have to drag. I don't think it goes away if you use it. You just have to right click it to get rid of it.
Oh, where would it show up on our character sheet?
Also
right now. All right, where did it go?
So if you've got your token selected, I don't know why it doesn't have artwork, but up the top right there should be like a list of your buffs and debuffs.
Oh,
like,
I see it. I see it.
There it is.
Spell effect guidance.
All right. And then you can right click to remove it.
Oh, dope. All right.
Also, when you're doing rolls and stuff, if you've got your token, you don't have to open up the character sheet. Up the top left, there should be a bunch of drop-down bars, and that pretty much has everything you'll ever need to use.
Oh, it's got the fast thing. Oh my goodness.
And then the Worlds of Warcraft hotbar down here at the bottom, yeah. So.
Okay, and when I click that, can I also to resemble guidance like just tick the put a +1 in the modifier box?
When you're doing the roll, you could do that.
Yeah, saying I don't want to drag it on and remove it. I could just. Okay, cool. All right. Well, I got a 21.
All right. With a 21. All right. So a long time ago, there was a woman named Belcora. And she was a priestess of a religion that you're not familiar with. You don't think it's a very commonly talked about religion. And then she came to this area and she set up the Gauntlight, which was essentially her fortress that she used. And she was planning an assault on Absalon, which is the major city on this continent. It's relatively close to Otari. But before she could launch this assault, the Rose Guard, who were mighty Pathfinder champions, slayed her. In doing so, however, one of them died, the group's rogue, who was named Otari. And then after this, the town was founded in honor of his name. You know, this all took place around. Let me check. Oh, sorry, it hasn't been thousands of years. It was 500 years ago.
Okay, I'm just doing something I never do, and it's taking notes.
Oh! It's worth. I don't know if I don't know when it's worth mentioning, but like I have this arcane sense feat, so I guess it just means I'm always detecting magic, or something like that. Is that what? Is
Yep.
it?
Let me just.
Okay.
I'll double check the feed.
Okay.
So it does. It's not. You don't always have it active, but you can just cast it for free, essentially. So I'll add that to your spell list because you should have a second thing for your spell list. So if I go spells, add innate, arcane, and then I should be able to go detect magic.
Cool. Okay.
And what group stopped them again?
They were called the Rose Guard.
Rose Guard, and then Otari the rogue died. Okay. That was once a place of great evil. I'll check it out. You want me to go with them?
Oh, I think safety in numbers would be best.
Now, when you say that there's supposed to be 5 according to the stars, I mean, maybe the other 2 haven't shown up yet. And then Chamomile looks meaningfully at the camera, breaking the fourth wall, and reminding anybody that's watching the stream that we have 2 spots available in this game. So if you're interested in joining us, get a hold of us. Two spots open. Just saying. All right.
Yep. As Chamomile looks towards the camera, you'll hear a distant cough in the distance.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. I trust you, Rin. Hello, everyone. My name is Val. I'm a cleric, so.
Yeah, I know you. You work at the library.
I don't. Well, I help out there sometimes when I'm in town.
I don't know if I like the library. I like books, and I like the idea that everybody gets books, but then I started working for the bookstore where people have to pay for books, and you guys just kind of let people have the books for free, and I don't know how that vibes with me anymore. Maybe I've just been corrupted by capitalism. I'm not sure.
One distinction between the bookstore and the library is the library is primarily non-fiction and like research stuff, while Odd Stories is practically all fiction.
Ah, fair. Okay, cool.
There's a lot of knowledge in that library. You should check it out if you like books. I have some I could recommend.
No,
and she pulls out of her bag, which is pretty big, because she travels a lot, and she's got this like 600-page like super old tome, and it's like really dusty and it looks really old, and she's like, "This has been a great read. When I'm almost done with it, and then maybe you can read it."
Who's the primary illustrator on that one?
There's no illustrations
in that whole book.
I mean, there's like some diagrams and glyphs and stuff, but
okay,
no like pictures.
What is it about again?
Narakis.
Oh yeah, the guy, the thing you mentioned. Yeah. Hand it over. I'll read it.
Well, when I'm done with it.
Oh, you're still working your way through it? Okay. Yeah, whenever you're done, that's fine. I have some books you might like too.
Do you show Val the books?
Yes. She shows you her bound collected edition of the adventures of, I believe it's Ari, the super hot barbarian, basically like the Red Sonja of the Pathfinder, Amiri, excuse me. So it's like the saga of Amiri, full graphic novelization of Amiri's adventures.
I'm not sure. What is the like insight skill?
It's generally perception.
Okay.
There's feats you can use to change it.
Okay.
But most of the time it's perception. This would be a situation where diplomacy would work as well because you're kind of like having an ongoing conversation.
Okay.
So you could roll either perception or diplomacy.
Well, I'm not really trying to like insight her, but if she's an insightful creature, she would have noticed that Val does not care about her books.
Oh, dang. Well,
But she kind of scrunches her nose and she's like, "Yeah, they look interesting. Yeah. So should we be going?"
yeah. Well, wait, what time is it? It's nighttime. Do we want to go traveling in the swamp at nighttime? I mean, Bodine, is that really the best time for us to be in the swamps? Maybe we should just, maybe just call it a night and then we could go in the morning? Or, I mean, is there really a rush?
Well, it's probably best to wait a little bit of light, at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's like evening time, right? I mean, that'd be crazy if we went out to the woods right now, or the swamps, and then there could be trolls and trolls riding on alligators, all sorts of stuff. She looks to Rin for aid.
Oh, well, I think waiting a few hours won't be too much of a detriment. Perhaps first light?
Yes, that's a good idea. First light. I think that's a good time. Yep.
Best of luck in your travels, but
Miss
if you had
Rin,
any more questions... Yes?
I did want to ask you, the light that I saw in the lighthouse kind of reminded me of the wisps, the will-o-wisps in the woods.
Oh, that is disturbing to know. I haven't seen one in person, but if what you say is true, perhaps there are darker times ahead. I'm sorry I can't be much more help. I'm aware there's a danger, but I don't know what or how serious it is.
No, we'll find out, and we'll find out tomorrow, but you know what we could do tonight, where it's dry and safe, we could go over all of our equipment, and make sure we have all the right equipment for tomorrow.
Yes, that sounds good. I can provide you with anything you might need if it's in my store, but I imagine you all look like you have yourselves together and have everything you need.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I have my clothes, and I have my tools, and I have a compass, I got this crowbar, and I have some earplugs, just in case. And then I got these thieves' tools, but I'm still learning how to use them. And then I got my writing set, and my extra writing set, my backup stationery, got some more writing utensils, got my blank books, I got a signal whistle in case I get lost, and then she blows the signal whistle very loud, which according to the game, can be heard 500 feet away. Yeah. Oh, sorry, half a mile. Oh my god. That's a horrible thing to blow inside a building.
Yeah, thankfully it's not an enclosed building and you're just kind of standing underneath like a large tent top. But even so, Rin will like cover her ears. Thank you for the demonstration. Perhaps we should hear from the other two. If I can even hear anymore.
Where should we meet?
Well, I suppose I'm not much of an adventurer, but I don't know, I suppose any tools you might be able to utilize? Medicine tools, thieves' tools, such... Perhaps even climbing tools? I don't know what it'll be like out there.
Wait, do you have a medicine kit we can use?
I've got medicine. I have a kit.
Oh, wow! I was saving up for one, but they're really expensive. I'm a little light on funds right now, if you know what I mean. Well,
I'm not very wealthy either.
Oh, don't worry. According to all my books, Venture's just rolling in money. All we gotta do is get started, then we're just gonna be so rich we won't know what to do with it all. So,
That does often seem to be the case, but sorry, I cut you off.
Oh, no, it's okay. I just think that, well... I think that Bodine can show us where to go. So where do you want to meet at, Bodine? Like, this is kind of your territory.
Well, why don't we just meet outside the gate? towards the lighthouse.
All right, outside the gate at dawn.
Alright, and we will quickly fast forward through time.
Okay.
And you will all suddenly... it takes you all... would you meet outside... Sorry, I just want to confirm what you said. Did you mean directly outside the lighthouse, or like on the path to the lighthouse?
The path to the lighthouse, like outside of town,
Okay.
on the path to the
Yeah,
lighthouse.
we can meet here at this pool of water,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
sure.
there we go.
surrounded by stones.
Yeah, so you're actually all aware of this place. It's called the Stone Ring Pond. And there's quite often a few druids who are kind of basking in nature. And, they typically keep to themselves. There's a bit of a superstition among some of the townsfolk about druids. But that superstition has started to, slowly lift as the druids are kind of, interacting more with the town.
Oh. So when you say basking, are they, turned into lizards and stuff and, just, laying on the rocks, or...?
You see a couple of birds kind of, perched on, the stones.
Mm.
You can see, an alligator just lying in the pool of water.
Mm.
You also see someone who doesn't seem to be in any sort of form of animal form. You see her kind of kneeling. She's got a very dark hood on, so it's a bit hard to see her, but she will, turn to look at you. And you will see a female gnome. She's got kind of almost spiky pink hair, but because of the hood, it's kind of pointing down, and very long eyebrows.
Mm. That is a look.
And she kind of glances over to you, but she isn't paying too much attention to the group.
Hey, since we're on a quest, should we ask that wise druid if they know anything about the swamps before we go? Or should we just go for it?
I mean, it couldn't hurt.
Okay. Hey, lady! We're going into the swamps. You got any tips?
Just be one with nature, and you will be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Except if you're going near the lighthouse. That place creeps me out.
Oh. Why does it creep you out?
I don't know. There's just something about it.
Hmm.
Something about something man-made, but directly in the middle of nature. But not enough for people to live in. It's something off-putting.
I mean, isn't that all civilization?
Well, I don't mind if it's being used, but if it's just a stone building turned to rubble, it's just... something's off about it.
Oh,
Regardless, best of luck in the swamp.
she has etophobia. That's the fear of ruins.
Oh.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I didn't know it had a name, but yes.
Oh. It's okay. They're pretty scary. It's a legitimate thing to be scared of. All right, Boudin, lead the way.
All right.
And yeah, at no point has she walked at all, other than to get out of bed, get dressed, and then hop onto her Eidolon.
Sure thing.
Okay.
As we're walking the trail, Val is asking Boudin all sorts of questions, trying to figure out what is your race, Stone?
Undying catfolk.
What this undying catfolk is all about. She feels like she's got Chamomile pretty pegged. Like she understands what she's all about, but she's interested in Boudin, and she's asking him, so you know these swamps well? Do you travel them often?
Oh, pretty frequently. I escort people through them.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Oh, I don't do it for free.
Oh, so you're like a paid guide.
Something like that.
But not today, because we're all working together, because we're like secret business partners.
And I know y'all broke, so not much point.
Yeah, that too.
Do you normally? What's your normal fee?
5 silver per person.
Well, that seems reasonable.
Something to point out quickly, just with the economy.
Mhm.
To go up a coin, it's 10. So 10 silver is 1 gold, not 100 silver. Which is something...
Oh, so is 5 silver not reasonable
Uh,
for a swamp
if
guy?
you're... To go into a dangerous swamp, it might be. But I just wanted to clarify that, because I know that's
Okay.
something different.
Yeah,
No.
I noticed it when I bought a compass, and I lost like way more money than
Nah, I mean in 5e 10 silver is 1 gold. It's 100.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's 100 silver per platinum, but yeah, it goes 10 10 10. Do you guys have platinum?
Oh, okay. Yes, but it's very rarely used.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood. I guess I'm thinking Pathfinder 1e is 100, 100,
Okay.
100.
It's and of course, if you know something were to happen along the way,
Oh, but
then your
that I
price
don't
might go up.
I don't have to worry about that because I have my signal whistle. Did you guys bring your signal whistles in case you get lost? And she's gonna blow her signal whistle, which can be heard up to half a mile away.
You shouldn't do that.
You
Damn.
see the birds from the druid circle kind of fly off, and you see the alligator kind of get out of the water and like shake the water off and transform into like a humanoid figure and kind of glare at you. They are rather far away from you, but it's obviously heard you.
Joke's on them. I don't have the insight skill. I wave happily at them.
You're
No one
waiting for
has
them
the
to wave
insight
back, but it does not happen. But yeah, well, insight is just perception.
Oh,
So
it's all
everyone's
okay.
trained in-
Damn,
yeah.
then I do have perception. All right, I fail on purpose, so I don't feel
Yeah,
bad.
Okay.
That is just as valid.
Okay.
You say if something were to happen, does something happen often?
Or sometimes. You know, it's a dangerous place. Never know what's to be around the corner.
Wait, but do you know what will be around the corner? Are there trolls? Are there trolls?
Maybe. I don't know if I've seen one.
Okay.
You don't.
Most if you see something like that, you just run.
Okay. Okay.
When you
Cool.
run, do you charge more?
I usually take a fee beforehand and I'll part of the fee after.
Hmm.
So in case something happens, I at least got something for my time.
Okay. Well, thanks for guiding.
Yeah, and I'm good at swimming, so a lot of times other things aren't. So it helps.
I see.
Yeah, you guys have been walking quite some time now. I'll just move your tokens a little bit further. It takes you about half an hour to get up to here.
Oh.
And then as you get here, you see your surroundings getting like more foggy, and it's like almost like your sight, like your vision, like distance that you can see gets a lot less. And I'll show this quickly and change the music. And with that, now you can see very clearly the lighthouse off in the distance. It seems like it would be another 5-minute walk to get there.
Hmm. Hmm. So.
And what
Oh.
time of day is it?
Yeah. How long is it here?
It was only like a half-hour walk. So it's
okay.
still practically break of dawn.
Wow. People pay you to like walk them 30 minutes away from the town?
Well, they're not always going here.
Oh, is it because you know all the secret fishing spots? That's what I heard. I heard you know where all the secret fishing spots are.
I do know where some good ones are.
So, I have read about giant frogs. It is of great concern to me, being a small person, that we would encounter such things. Do you think that there are frogs of unusual size that we should be worried about, or? Your silence is
I
frightening
guess
me.
you could do terrain expertise. Would that be what?
Either that or nature would work.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, nature or survival.
Okay, sorry.
Your expertise in navigating a certain type of terrain makes you supremely confident when doing so. You gain +1 circumstance to survival when you're in Lay Swamp. Okay, that works out.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool.
All right. With an 18, you in fact have actually seen giant frog-like creatures before. You never got close enough to kind of inspect them, and you've been able to very quickly outrun them. It doesn't seem like they've ever chased you down. But you are aware such things might exist out in the Fogfen.
So there's definitely a chance they're out here. Seen
Okay.
something like it.
Okay. Cool. Let's go.
Alright, as you guys approach the lighthouse, we have a change of scenery. You guys aren't able to see anything at the moment, are you?
I know it is dark,
Very good.
full of frogs.
So yeah, as you finally approach this massive massive lighthouse, the sound of frogs and mosquitoes mixes with water sloshing against muddy shores, all muffled by the ever-present mist that lingers in the aptly named Fogfen. As the mist clears, a shadow looms from the clawing swamp vapors. A sprawling ruin of stone and wood squats atop an island in the soggy marsh. The upper floors have largely collapsed, leaving only the stone walls of the ground floors intact. Above these ruins towers, an out-of-place... above these ruins towers an out-of-place monument, a colossal lighthouse whose painted walls and iron-cast crown have resisted the corrosive effect of the surrounding swamp. And now that you guys are in a more active scenario, I just want to talk about some rules a bit. Exploration activities. Essentially, as you're walking around this area, kind of as we're getting started, describe what your character would be doing. Like, would they be like looking out for danger? Would they be sneaking about, trying to stealth? And then, depending on that, you get to do something mechanical. Essentially, you could be on the lookout for the main three. You can be on the lookout for enemies by scouting. You can be on the lookout for like traps and like hidden doors and stuff with deception, or you can be stealthing.
Okay.
So we'll go one by one. So Crash Gem, as you're kind of
Do you want us to discuss this in character, or do you want us to discuss this like as a meta decision? Like how?
Out of character.
Okay.
So meta.
So who's the best perception? I have a +3.
7.
+7?
With the circumstance bonus.
What? Okay, so you should probably be the scout.
Yeah, I was gonna be looking for danger.
So scouting isn't actually reliant on perception. Essentially, if you've got someone scouting, it just gives everyone a +1 to their initiative.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Does the like looking for traps and stuff key off of perception?
Is that
Yes, it does.
is that search, or is search different?
Yes.
Okay.
No, that is the search action.
Okay, you should be on search duty then.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, that's what I'll do.
All right. I don't know how useful it would be at this stage of the game, but I could just constantly be detecting magic. I don't know how useful that would be.
That's also something you could do.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that, and then Stone, you could be scout, and then we got 3 different ways of detecting stuff.
It could be all sneaky.
Ooh, wait, but there's also this thing called investigate. You seek out information about your surroundings while traveling at half speed. Use recall knowledge as a secret check to discover clues among the various things that you can see and engage with as you journey along. You can use any skill that has a recall knowledge action while investigating, but the GM determines whether the skill is relevant to the clues you could find. Maybe you should be doing investigate. Do you have any knowledge skills? Boudin?
No.
No? Okay. All right, let's see.
Let me double check that. You have occultism, actually, which is one of the knowledge skills.
Okay. I do like that you could just make up lore skills in this game, which is kind of cool.
I have a lore skill for wisps, but I don't know if that counts as a knowledge skill.
Ooh, T-Pain, that's a great question. I don't know how a fan's first would even work at this. As Pathfinder, we probably just get a +1 bonus. I guess it's better than nothing. Oh, sorry. We do in our 5e games, like, audience can use channel points to give the people playing what's called a fanspiration, which, in D&D, they got, like, inspiration dice, or, inspiration points or whatever. I guess you have hero points in this, right?
Yep, I was about to suggest.
Oh, would you allow such a thing to happen?
Yeah, I'm definitely open for you guys to do that.
Oh, okay.
So the way hero point works, at the start of each session you get 1, and then whenever you do something, essentially when I think you guys have done something cool, I can hand them out.
And what do they do?
Essentially, no, it's when you roll a dice and you don't like the result, you can re-roll it.
What? In Pathfinder?
But just for us, right? We can't make someone else re-roll, right? Only ourselves.
Only yourselves, yes.
Okay.
However, you have to take the second result, even if it's worse.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay.
Interesting.
Do they do anything else? Is there any other thing that they do?
Yeah, there is another use. If you're in the dying state, which I can explain later,
you don't have to. Maybe we'll never in the whole campaign. Maybe we'll never have to find out how that rule works.
Oh, correct. Well, I guess I would explain this. But no, if you're dying, you can spend all your points to stabilize yourself.
Even if you only have 1, or do you need to be maxed out?
No, even if you have 1, it just spends all of them that you have.
Oh wow! Is that at the start of your turn, or is that any time during combat?
Anytime during combat.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Okay, yeah. Oh, officially, boom. We could use channel points for this game. Awesome. All right, so knowledge skills. I am trained in Arcana, and that's it. I'm going to take the Gnome Heritage feat eventually that gives you, like, flipping 4 skills or something crazy like that, as long as they're knowledge-based. But I don't have that yet. So, would an Arcana investigate help?
You could. It's just a matter of like, it's not going to help unless you run into something that requires Arcana knowledge. So like, if you walked into like a library with a bunch of magic books, it would like instantly ping. So the way exploration activities work is like you roll it like once at the start. And then essentially whenever you run into something, if you beat the DC, I pop up and tell you, hey, you learned this thing. Or, hey,
that's cool.
You saw that enemy.
Okay. And what about occultism? What kind of stuff would investigate occultism be looking for?
So occultism, it's another magical tradition. So it's anything to do with occult magic. So like any rituals or like some creatures as well are occult. So if you found like the remains of like an old ritual, you might be able to identify like, hey, they were trying to do this. Or if you saw like a weird creature and it's like, hey, I know what that is because, and then you can explain why.
Gotcha. Another question: could my Eidolon also perform such an action, an explore action?
Yeah.
Follow-up question: could my familiar perform such an action?
Your familiar cannot because it has the minion trait.
Oh,
So essentially,
okay.
the way minions works in combat are so Pathfinder, you've got 3 actions on your turn.
Yep.
If you control a minion, you have to spend one of your actions, and then your minion gets 2 actions.
Right.
Otherwise, it just sits there and does nothing.
Got it.
So because you're focusing on an exploration activity, your minion can't also focus on it, but your Eidolon can.
Got it. Okay. So my Eidolon then. So yeah. All right. So Stone, whatever you want to do. And then me and my Eidolon will just fill in the gaps. So you take your pick, and then we'll fill in the gaps in exploration.
All right, so I guess I will stealth.
Ooh. Okay.
So I do have that
Just
skill.
trying.
Next question. How does stealthing, like, so in 5e, you've got one guy that always went into stealth, right? But then his
Yep.
party's just a bunch of D-bags and they're really loud. How's like the stealth exploration activity?
So the way
how's it-
the way
what's
yeah.
that do?
So first off, with these exploration activities, one of the main reasons to pick one is the way initiative works. Is it's not keyed to initiative isn't a stat. Initiative is what you're doing to start the fight. So like if you're looking out for enemies, you use perception for initiative. If you're like sneaking about, you use stealth for initiative. If you're casting detect magic, you could use like arcana for initiative. And with stealth specifically, if you beat the DC, so like you'd be hidden from them, the fight starts, but the enemies aren't aware of you, but they can see everyone else.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right, so what's that ability? Because I'm trying to put it in the exploration actions.
Don't worry specifically about the exploration actions. They're kind of
Okay.
like a guideline. Just tell me what your character's doing. So if you're stealthing's pretty simple.
Gotcha.
Here, I'll just put in
And
the
then-
chat. This is the link to the archive of Nethys or whatever for the exploration actions if you're curious. Stone.
Yep. But yeah, I think we've got Bowden stealthing. We've got Valen kind of looking out for enemies with perception. So like search. And then
Yeah, that and
Chamomile-
like hidden. So yeah, search. So traps, hazards, people.
Yep. Chamomile was using detect magic, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And then,
And then-
Verso will scout.
Okay.
And I will walk on my own 2 hooves.
Alright, so what I want everyone to do is open up their character sheet, and then over on the left there'll be a little thing for initiative. It's a bit hard to see. But underneath that there'll be a drop-down box with a skill list. Like, it should default to perception.
Okay.
So I want everyone to click that box, and then for Bowden, choose Stealth. For Chamomile, choose Arcana, and then for Valen, choose Initiative. Choose Perception, rather. And then click that dice to roll your initiative. And I'm just going to use this to track your values as you're exploring.
Okay. And Verso should choose Perception because they're scouting?
No. So, sorry. Everyone's all those rolls should be increased by 1 because Verso is scouting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'll quickly change that 10 to an 11.
Okay. Do we want us to roll it right now?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Does this help at all? My keen eyes, or is that just when I'm seeking in combat, or not necessarily in combat when I'm seeking specifically for somebody?
Let me have a look.
Oh, I have a question. Do I share my initiative with my Eidolon, or does my Eidolon
Yeah.
go at a different time than
No.
me?
Your Eidolon works the way summoners work in 2e. Essentially, your Eidolon is part of you. It shares your actions.
Oh, so I wouldn't roll his initiative. I just roll my initiative.
No. Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So yeah. So the way the summoner works is you share actions. So like you could spend one of your actions to move, and spend another one of your actions to get your Eidolon to move.
Cool.
The thing that summoner has is the act together action, where you can spend as many actions as you want on that action, and then either you or your Eidolon can spend that many actions on something, and the other one can spend 1 action.
Got it.
So if you spent 2 actions on act together, you could cast a spell that takes 2 actions, and your Eidolon can move. But you only spend 2 actions instead of 3.
Yeah. Right.
And
Act together can scale though up to 3.
Yeah.
But then
So
the
if
other
you spend-
person can only do one that costs 1.
Yes.
Got it.
Also, back to Valen, your keen eyes for Seek. I believe Seek is when you're looking for like hidden things in combat. It's not exploration
Okay.
activity.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, and with that, you guys are able to move about.
Mm.
As you're looking at the building in front of you, you see swaths of mildew and mold cover the damp surfaces of this watchtower, filling as green and black smears on the dull stone walls. The door frames in the walls to the north and south rotted long ago, while a few collapsed chairs lie on the floor amid small heaps of foul-smelling grey lumps. Thick sheets of dusty cobwebs hang from above, obscuring any view of the ceiling. So these doors are actually kind of rotted through, so you're able to kind of see through them. Yeah, I can drop Hawk in.
And with familiar abilities, I gotta pick them at the beginning of the day, right? Like,
Yes.
okay. So since we're going out and about, I would have picked flyer, and then independent. I think I could do independent. I don't know if there's any prerequisites for that. Let me see. In an encounter, if you don't command your familiar, it still gains 1 action each round.
Yep. So
Alright.
I think you can give that to that. So yep, it's able to fly and independent, so it gets 1 action
Sweet.
for free.
Looking at this really spooky place and the potential danger, Val kind of like stops Boudin and Cam real quick, and she's like, if we do find something and we get in a fight, don't try to heal me with positive magic.
Okay.
It'll only make it worse. I don't know if you can do that, but
No.
okay.
Wait.
But
we-
good to know.
Whoa, but if we're putting it out there, if you decide to heal me, please use positive magic.
I will.
That also goes for Pork and for Verso.
But hopefully it won't come to that.
Yeah, so it looks pretty, you know, I think we've seen enough. We could probably just tell Rin that we checked it out. It was, you know, it's ruinous. And
No, we should check and see if there's anything inside.
yeah, of course. All right, so Verso is gonna head inside.
Alright, as Verso heads in, you can kind of hear these voices from the ceiling.
Oh,
It doesn't seem to be something any of you can understand.
Ooh, I
but I'll
don't think I
double-check
chose
that.
my languages.
where do we put languages on our character sheets?
Alright, so on the first page down the bottom left above your ability scores, there's a
Oh,
language thing, and you can click a plus there.
okay.
So for your intelligence modifier, you get bonus languages. So
I have
for example,
Draconic and Aklo.
Hmm.
Okay.
Pathbuilder didn't tell me I needed more languages, so maybe I'm just.
Yeah,
What-
Pathfinder doesn't tell you to do it.
What's your intelligence?
Oh, it's a 10.
Oh,
But I
then,
thought I might have gotten another from my ancestry, but maybe not.
yeah, I have Aklo, Common, Draconic, Gnomish, and Sylvan. And for those D&D people joining us, Aklo is apparently like bad Sylvan, or mean person Sylvan, I guess. And I have Draconic because that's the only language that Verso can speak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just say I'll just figure it out later so we can keep playing.
Okay.
But
Well, so Valen has the correct amount. He's only got intelligence of 10, so he starts with common and halfling, which is he's a halfling, so
okay.
he starts with halfling
So
for
she's
free.
good. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
No, she. Sorry.
Yeah. Those just those cleric things. Just those cleric things. Yeah.
And then, yeah, okay, everyone's good for languages, and yeah, you guys aren't able to understand any of the kind of yelling that you hear from above you. You look up to see like thick cobwebs, and you're not really able to make out anything beyond them, but you can see the occasional like shadow move behind the cobwebs.
So we don't know what language they're speaking. They're just speaking to us.
Anyone can try to roll a society check if they want to try to identify what kind of language it is.
So full disclosure, I thought society was like your Pathfinder society skill. So like
No.
I was like I'm not taking that. I'm not a sellout. But now that I realize it's basically the what history is for 5e, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's probably would have been a good one to take. It's all right.
Yeah, I also have a rule off like for the first session. If there's anything you want to change about your character, like before the second session, you're welcome to do so. But
Cool.
after that, you would have to retrain manually, which is like essentially you have to spend downtime to like learn
Yeah.
new skills and stuff.
Well, I'm just gonna hold out for my next heritage feat, and I'll just take the gnome one that gives you like a bunch of lore. So
Yep, sure.
that was my plan.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if we make it there, I'm not gonna insult you with a society check, Ash. So
Yeah.
Sure thing.
um,
Yeah, you can continue to hear like chitters from above, "Acha-cha! Acha!" And it seems like they're getting more like aggravated.
Okay. Are they on the ceiling, like looking up at the ceiling? Are they like crawling around on the ceiling, or do we hear them from like the roof or something?
So it's hard to tell because there's that thick layer of cobwebs above you, but you can see faint shadows like above the cobweb. So you think they're standing on something, not the roof, because you wouldn't be able to see the shadows moving. But you think there's some layer in between the roof and the cobwebs, but you can't tell what it is.
Okay, guys, hear me out. I don't want to seem like a psychopath or a pyromaniac or anything, but what if we lit all these webs on fire? I mean, would that be murder? Is that murder? Like, it's not like we're killing them. The webs are on fire. If they die from the fire, it's because they didn't get out of the way.
Well, I mean, we're worried about burning something valuable.
do these voices sound hostile? Like you can kind of.
So when they first started talking, they weren't like hostile, but as you're not responding or reacting a way that they want, they're seemingly getting like louder and angrier. They're not necessarily hostile yet, but you don't really know how far their anger will go.
Do any of you guys speak common?
Let's just
I
run.
kinda,
Let's
like,
just run to the other
scream
side of the
out.
room. Let's just run to the other side of the room. Okay.
So yeah,
Can
as you begin to run to the other side of the
Oh no! I wanted to cast a spell.
room, sadly, Camille begins to sprint.
I panicked.
And I will add some things to the initiative. Ooh.
These are gorgeous
There we go.
incarnate maps.
Yeah, so this is the official Paizo Foundry module. So all the art is very cool.
Very nice.
Oh really? Awesome.
Yep. I will need to put some music on. Give me one moment. I'll wait for that to kick in, and then as Camille begins to like run forwards across, you all see, or perhaps some of you don't see, you all see a small dart pierce through the cobweb and fly out towards Camille.
Oh no.
As you see this creature peering through the cobwebs.
What is that?
And he will make an attack roll against you.
Okay.
Darth.
It is important to note that my character is just wearing clothes and does not even own a weapon.
Alright, with a 16, it's not a crit, but it is enough to hit you as you feel this dart pierce your shoulder, and you take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
So with your token selected, over in the chat box under the 1, there's like a damage button. If you click that, it'll apply it to you.
Oh, okay. Got it. Alright.
And then this strange creature you will kind of see. It's a bit easier to see since he's thrown the dart. The web kind of like gets broken a bit and you're able to see up a little bit. He'll spend another action pulling out another dart and throw it towards you.
Oh my god. Alright.
Hitting again for another 1 point of damage.
Okay.
As this time he hits your second shoulder.
God, I should have seeked, guys. Why did we seek?
What is...
Oh.
We were seeking, weren't we?
Yes, but they all rolled very well on their initiative. You'll see a second figure appear. Why didn't it show him?
Yeah. You guys see Chamomile reaching for her signal whistle. Her only weapon.
You see this one will look towards Bowden and go to strike out towards Bowden.
Oh shit.
So a 22 to hit for 2 damage this time. As Bowden, your chest is pierced with this small dart, and you feel a surge of pain. It will spend an action pulling out another dart, and then try again. Oh, hitting again for another 2 damage.
So for any 5e people that are watching, this is terrifying because in 5e, critical hits suck at raw, so let's get out of the way. Secondly, they only happen on a nat 20 unless you have a weird build or whatever. In this game, any roll that is 10 higher than the roll needed to be is a crit. And everything could crit. Like spells, you fail your saving throw badly, you just took double damage from the fireball. This is very stressful.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the way Pathfinder works is essentially everything has 4 degrees of success. So there's a critical success, success, fail, and critical fail. So for attack rolls, if you crit succeed, it's double damage, success, normal damage. If you fail, it's a miss, and if you critical fail, it's still a miss. But there's some reactions that trigger off critical fails for attack rolls. But most of the time, that doesn't come up. However, Chamomile, it's now your turn.
All right. Okay. So this dude's breath weapon.
Yes.
All right. His breath weapon is shoot.
I also didn't know what element you wanted. I just picked the first one, which is acid. But I can change that.
Yeah, I was gonna do just piercing. I think that's one of the types I could have, is piercing. If slashing was allowed, I was gonna do slashing because paper cuts. Because he just spits a lot of paper at people. But if you're okay with slashing, I'll do slashing. Otherwise, I'll do piercing because it's the next closest.
I'm happy for it to be. I'll double check before next session, but we'll make it slashing for now, and then I'll confirm what choices you get.
Okay. I'm not seeing it on his sheet. It's I think 2 actions to do.
Yeah. So if you've got him selected up the top left, if you go to actions, it's under there.
Oh. Okay. Is there any way for me to... Okay, I right-click on it, it pops up. Your Eidolon exhales a blast of destructive force. It deals damage to all creatures in the area with a basic reflex save. The area and damage of the breath weapon is chosen when you use it. You can't use this breath weapon again for 1d4 rounds. Hell yeah. Alright, so I'm going to use Act Together, and he is going to use 2 actions of our 3-action economy as part of Act Together to do.
Yep.
Well, act together will cost 2 essentially. He's going to use breath weapon, slashing, and he's going to breathe up towards those 2 with his 30-foot cone.
Sure. So in the chat box, you can see how it says 30-foot cone. If you click that, I think it allows you to place it on the map.
Oh shit! Okay, that's fancy. All right, so yeah, like so. So he'll breathe it up and towards the ceiling, just trying to shred the webbing and the people that are up there.
Sure. So both of these will have to make a reflex save, and it will be against your spell DC. So,
Okay. My spell DC is I don't know where that would be.
if you click your token.
17. I got a DC 17.
DC 17.
Yeah.
So the first one will fail, taking full damage. The second one succeeds, but it doesn't critical succeed, so it still takes half damage.
All right. So 4 slashing damage.
Yep.
Do the spider webs take any slashing damage?
Yeah, so you see the webs kind of get destroyed, and you now have like a clear line of sight of these strange creatures. You can see above the cobwebs, there's like a series of like ropes and like wooden planks that are kind of like tied together that they're kind of standing on. They're about 10 feet above you.
Ah, okay. So I have this these special kind of cantrips, and I don't see them on my character sheet. I'll need to grab them. But basically, the bolster, Eidolon, would that also apply to his breath weapon?
Hold on, let me double check the spell. Pathfinder.
Okay.
From memory, it's only his. I can't find the spell. Hold on. Am I misspelling bolster? Boost Eidolon?
Boost, yeah.
It's only its physical attacks, not the breath weapon.
Okay. Then I'll use the one that boosts his defense with my action.
Okay.
Okay, and then I got one action left after that because that was my
Yes.
that was my tandem action or whatever. So
Correct.
my action will be to use the shield spell. Or cantrip. There we go.
Yep. So you should be able to drag the shield effect onto you, and it'll increase your AC.
Nice.
But yeah, you will see like a shimmer of energy as like this almost transparent force appears in front of Chamomile.
So like flavor-wise, she like opens a book and like pages like kind of pour out of the book and start like swirling around her. Like a like a shield like of paper. Just for flavor.
Yep, sure thing.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, you open up a book and like all these pages just kind of flutter around you.
Sweet. All right, then I have to do one more action. I'm so sorry, guys. I made the most complicated character. And so Pork, who is independent, would like to take a hide action.
Yeah, sure. Roll me a stealth check with him, as
All right.
he kind of hides from these creatures.
Him has +4, or sorry, +5. Oh no!
Right, and
yeah.
with a quick fail, you see him trying to like fly around the corner, but he like his wing like hits the wall and he like slams onto the floor.
Oh,
and as
no.
he does so, the two creatures will like turn their heads in that direction.
Okay. All right.
However, it is now Valen's turn.
Okay. I see Pork stumbling around. Oh wait, it's a whole action to move. That's not a part of the plan. I see Pork stumbling around, and I give him a look of pity. With 2 actions, I will cast Divine Lance. Do I have to like target them? Okay, T for target. Boom.
Yep.
Onto the one that looks more paper cut.
Yep.
And yeah, I will Divine Lance him. Oh, I have to
Alright,
choose an alignment.
This is another rule that this is something that I have changed. So the way alliance damage works normally is it only damages alliance that are directly opposite. So if you pick good, it only hurts evil things. The way I'm doing it, this is also a spell I homebrew. the way Divine Lance works is you have to pick alignment of your deity. I just let you choose your alignment if you want to.
My character is neutral.
So
neutral,
normally you pick one or the other, right?
Just select good, because these creatures aren't neutral. It'll still do damage to them. But rules as written, that wouldn't work. But there's a variant rule where it's like, as long as it's not the same alignment, it does damage, which is what I use.
Oh.
Okay, all right. We'll just say, well, my character, she's kind of all over the place between good and evil. She kind of teeters the line. So we'll say this one is good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Her Divine Lance. So that's like set in stone for the rest of the campaign. It's always good.
No, just select good. You're choosing neutral, but the spell is written doesn't allow you to pick neutral. But I'm saying you're allowed to pick neutral. That's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. So as long as you're not attacking neutral creatures, you can get the extra damage. Oh, that's pretty rad. That is
Yes.
good. That is a good homebrew rule.
Okay. And then do I click attack now?
Yes.
Okay.
So you all see Valen kind of reach back. Your god's weapon is the great axe, right?
Yep.
So you raise your hand, and this kind of spectral great axe made of light will like appear on your hand, and you'll throw it towards this creature.
Yeah. That sounds cool. I don't have a circumstance bonus, so here's my roll.
Oh, an 18. That's a critical hit because you beat the AC by 10.
Awesome.
So click the damage button from up the top, and it will take double damage. 6 damage to 12 damage. As you all see this massive great axe just fly into this creature and just slam into its chest, knocking it off the top as it collapses to the floor.
Oh, awesome. Cool. And then I would like to use my last action to... Do I need to know of a creature's presence to seek it out? Like, I want to try and figure out if there's any more of these guys hiding, so I can alert everyone.
Yeah, no, you could spend the seek action to see if there's any more.
Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna seek, I'm gonna use my long ears and my superior vision to try and find any more that are hiding, waiting to attack us.
Yep, sure. So roll me that perception check, and I believe you get a bonus because of your feet.
Yep, so now I get the +2. Awesome.
Yes.
So we'll make that a 2. Click add. Wow, dude, it's so easy to modify dice. Super cool.
Alright, with a 28, you're kind of listening out, and you've killed one of the two that you could see, but from the other side of the room, you hear some noise emanating from over here.
Awesome. And can I tell everyone that for free, or do I need action economy for that?
Ooh, great question.
Technically, normally you'd have to point it out. However, I revealed it straight away, so ignore that rule because I made a mistake.
Right, so,
Okay.
there's a basic action called point out where you like shout to us like it's there, and then we actually have to make checks to see if we can see it, and then you just, if we don't, you could be like, no, for fucking real, it's right there, and then we have to try again and again until we can finally see it. Yeah.
So the way concealment and stuff works in Pathfinder 2 is essentially if someone's pointing out, they can tell you, hey, there's something in that 5-foot square. And then even if you fail the check, you can attack that square. And then you just have a 50% mischance. But you know where it is.
Cool.
Okay, then, but can I free action talk? Like,
Yeah,
I
free
won't
action.
try to mechanically...
Talking is always a
use
free
the point
action.
out. Okay, then Val and she'll just kind of say, there's more around. It's not just him, and that's my turn.
And just as you say, it's not just him. You will see the creature move up a bit and to the side to get line of sight of you, and then you'll see it throw a dart towards you.
Towards me?
Oh, dang!
Yep.
Oh.
Do I have cover behind my new friend, the shady cat? Or not cat?
You do
catfolk, right?
you do have cover
he's a cat.
because you're a small creature.
Is there such thing as attacks of opportunity?
There are, but they're very rare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also remember this creature is 10 feet up So you're not actually, no one's enriched with it at the moment.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I need
All
to
right,
target you.
Attack me. Oh no, that hits.
I wonder why I didn't come up with your AC, but yeah, that does do some damage. It does 1 damage. It will then spend its last action pulling out another dart, but that is its turn done. Alright, Bowden, you're up. You see two of these figures kind of on the raftings above you. They're about 10 feet above you, so they're just out of reach.
Alright, so I will look at the one on directly up here.
Yep.
And we are going to first have to draw our weapon.
I always presume if you're exploring a dangerous area, you presumably have whatever weapons you want out. So you don't need to spend the action. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
That does come up, though, if you're like caught by surprise in like town or something. But you're in a dangerous area. It's presumed that you guys are like ready to fight.
Gotcha.
Sweet.
What do you do when I get different weapons? Like I have a star knife and I have a rapier, but I also have a shield, so I need to use one or the other.
Yep.
Well, Star Knife is a thrown, right? So you could use a melee or a range?
That's correct. You can throw the star knife.
I mean, I feel like if you're not sure what you're going to run into, you'd probably have that rather than just a pure melee weapon, yeah?
Yeah, that would make more sense.
So yeah, so your rapier deals more damage, but your star knife, you can throw it, and it's also better the more you attack with it. Or rather, it's not as bad the more you attack with it. The way Pathfinder works is, if you do multiple attacks on your turn, the second one has a -5, and the third one has a -10. But with some weapons, it reduces the negative to a -4 and a -8 instead.
And is the Star Knife like a boomerang kind of thing? Like it bounces off and comes back to you? Or
it doesn't come back to you, sadly.
Okay.
So you would have to go pick it up if you wanted to throw it. You could also try to like acrobatics up the wall to kind of get up onto the raftings where they are. If you wanted to kind of get in melee, you could also just try to throw stuff at them from where you are. Just try to describe what you want to do, and I'd describe how the action economy would kind of work for you.
Alright, I'm gonna look at him and say, "Call to him, you are one ugly son of a gun," as I demoralize it.
Oh, dang.
Oh, nice. Alright. So now that you've done that, it doesn't do the roll for you, so just go to your skills and click Intimidation.
There we go.
A 21 against... that is a success, as you see this creature kind of tremble in fear for a moment as you frighten it. You also gain Panache.
Yeah.
As your barbs just thoroughly insult whatever this creature is. Hold on. Forgot how to give you Panache. Let me double check it. Features. Panache. Panache. Panache.
And because I have panache, I can do my confident finisher.
That is correct.
Weapon.
So up above your strikes in the drop down thing, there's like a toggle for finisher. Just make sure that's highlighted before you start your like attack rolls and stuff.
Okay. I guess we'll do that. Boo.
Your 11 is not enough. However, remember, everyone has hit a hero point.
I'll use mine. Why not?
So if
what
you
we do?
right click on the, you don't need to right click on the 11 in the chat, and then there should be an option for reroll using a hero point.
Yeah.
And a 23 will hit as you throw your star knife out towards the creature.
Interesting, but not critically. So another AC is higher than 13.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me just double check how finishes work, if you can use them with ranged attacks. I thought you could, but I'll double check that later. But either way, roll me an additional 2d6. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, panache is no joke. There's a reason I wanted to use it first.
Oh.
And then you all see Bowden really feeling himself. He'll like throw his star knife towards the creature, and he'll turn his back on it as he already knows it's a killing blow as it slices the creature's throat and it drops down dead.
And we're not done yet, because now I have...
Well, so that triggers my reaction.
Oh.
I should have done this on the last one, but I'm gonna reaction Death's Call and gain temporary hit points
Oh. Okay.
as a focus, using my focus point. Does that seem right, Ash?
That is correct. Yep.
You gain 10 hit points equal to the triggering creature's level plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
What's its level?
So its level, you get to find out, is -1.
Oh no!
Oh, so does that mean I get a -1 to
Yeah.
my?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So you still get 3 temporary hit points.
Yep. Where
so
do
on
I
your
put that
on-
on my
yeah.
sheet?
If you open up your sheet, to the left of your
Okay, I
current
see it.
hit points is 10 HP.
Boom. Got 3 temp HP.
But I'll, my reaction, this also triggers one of my reactions that killed him. I'll look at the Miltiff over here and tell him, you're next.
Alright, roll me that intimidate check as you stare down this creature after killing its friend.
It is wild to me that we're able to do so much at level 1.
Yeah.
Like,
Pathfinder customization is like one of my favorite parts of the system.
yeah.
+2 circumstantial bonus. Oh, but I rolled a 1.
Unfortunate. I don't think Intimidate has a critical fail effect. However, the creature will just look at you and like laugh. However, as it does that, it is its turn, and even though it's still laughing,
It's gonna run for it.
So I guess I've spent the panache, so...
yeah. So if you've got your token selected up the top right, yep, there you go, already done. This creature seems to flee. He kind of runs away. You kind of see him run upwards, and then he kind of disappears. You're not really sure where he went. Do you think you guys would attempt to chase after him, or what would you guys be doing?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll just try to chase after him.
Alright, in which case we'll stay in initiative.
Mm-hmm.
So Chamomile, you're up.
Okay. So we lose sight of him, even my dragon does?
Yes.
Did he go through one of these arrow slits, or did he just climb higher up into the webbing that was damaged?
So most of the roof is kind of broken. The map doesn't really portray it very well. So a lot of the outer walls are crumbling away.
Mm-hmm.
But it did seem like he left the building and left.
Oh, and then 3 action economy, he could move 3 times.
Yes.
Okay. You guys cool with resting for 10 minutes after this? Just a weird question I thought I'd ask. Just just a weird.
I think we're always gonna try and.
Oh sure, that sounds good.
refocus.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to use my focus point to cast my focus spell, Evolution Surge. So it might look like Verso has wings, but they are for show. But when I use this on him, wait. Does he get flight, or does that have to be a higher level? Shit, hold on. Oh no. I talked it up.
I think he can glide. Yeah.
No. Okay. Well, I can give him plus 20-foot speed. That'd be pretty good.
That is a big bonus.
Okay. He doesn't have athletics though. Is that what you need to climb with? Is athletics?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll give it a shot. I will use Evolution Surge on him to increase his speed by 20. So now he has a speed of, I believe, 45. And I will do. That's part of the tandem thing or whatever. So then he will move as part of that. So he's going to move 15 feet or 10 feet and start to try to climb up after him. Does he look up and see like a hole in the ceiling or something?
Yeah, as he gets a bit closer, it seems like he currently you can't see through his vision, but it seems like he knows where he's going.
Okay.
So yeah, it seems like he would want to go out this way.
Okay. Should I be able to see through him since we're technically like the same creature because we share hit points and everything?
During combat, it's fine. You guys, because you guys can communicate, you guys can talk backwards and forwards. But I believe there's an ability you use
specifically to see through him. Okay, then yeah, I can't get him to go through any of these other places. Can he?
Yep, because roll me an athletics check or acrobatics as he scales up the wall.
Okay. Let's see. Him have skills. Where are they at? Spellcasting, proficiencies. Here we go. All right. Here's his acrobatics check. All right, 17.
Yep, and with a 17, that's enough for him to like scramble up the wall and like through this small hole.
Okay. All right, so that brings him to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So he's got 20 more feet. Oh, there he is.
You can see this long like a vine that's kind of strung in between this building and the building over this direction, and it seems like the creature's kind of like shimming across the vine at the moment.
Okay. So he's still holding onto the vine?
He's like just getting off and about to run into the building.
Oh. Okay. With the rest of his movement, he's gonna move to the edge right here?
Yep.
Okay. And then I rolled a d4 earlier. It was in chat to see when the breath weapon recharged. When is the appropriate time to do that? Right after using the breath weapon?
Yes.
Okay, and then he's gonna blast him with the breath weapon and try to shred the vine and him at the same time with the paper cut.
Sure. Because you can make it a 60-foot line, right?
It's a 30-foot cone, but he's within 30 feet, so.
Oh, you are right.
Yeah.
Wait, is it a 30-foot cone or a 15-foot?
I thought it was when he posted it, it's a 30-foot cone.
Yeah, it's 30.
Line,
yeah,
or a 60-foot.
I have to choose when I first. Yeah, when I first use the breath weapon, and I'm definitely gonna go with cone because I'm sorry, but lines suck. So yeah, so he's gonna do his breath weapon.
We're in a dungeon full of hallways. We'll see what you think about that.
Maybe.
You're able to reach, so he'll make a reflex save.
Okay, and shoot, where's this ability? It's so hard to keep track of.
That's everything. A fail.
Oh, nice.
So if you've got your token selected under actions...
Oh, right. I gotta go over to this thingy over here. Okay. Alright, so we do that, and then we hit the cone. Yeah, we don't really need to do the cone, but there we go. The goal is to not only hit him, but also like shred the vine, and maybe that'll cause him to fall into the water. Maybe? Alright, so it's gonna...
Hold on. One moment, please.
Okay.
As your dragon shoots out this cone, it doesn't notice before it shoots out the breath, but you see these two beady eyes just above the surface of the water.
Oh no, it's a frog.
That kind of look up towards the dragon, and then your breath weapon goes out, and you hear this howl of pain from the water.
God damn it! All right, I mean it's a 30-foot cone, so yeah, for sure. Oh, okay.
That's its
DC
initiative.
17. Oh, that's initiative. Okay.
And then the reflex for the toad.
All right. So it succeeds, but doesn't critically succeed.
Yep. So the Mifflet takes 2 damage.
Well, I rolled. No. That was how long to refresh.
Oh, that was the recharge.
Yeah, the damage is 5.
My mistake. All
no
right.
worries.
The Mifflet takes 5 damage as you cut these vines. He'll attempt to use his reaction, catch a ledge, which everyone has, to stop himself from falling down.
Oh, we talked about this.
Yeah,
I'm so excited to see it in action.
But it was pointed out to me that I was incorrect because dropping an item is a free action or free action
Oh,
as
okay.
part of something else. So you could actually drop what you're holding
That's
to grab
correct.
the ledge. Yeah.
So he's able to grab the ledge. He's currently not holding any of his weapons because he was throwing darts. So
Yeah.
he's able to snatch on, stopping himself from falling in.
Dang.
However, this toad now looks towards you very grumpily. Or the dragon very grumpily.
All right. Pork, acting independently, is going to move over to move over to chamomile.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know why I can't get him to move though. Oh, I'm on ruler. That's why. Here we go. So he'll just fly over here.
Yep.
And that's it. That's my action economy, I believe. So I did a tandem action, and then that was one action of my action economy to do the evolution spell, and then move him, and then he did the breath weapon spell. Ooh, actually that would have put me over. I'm sorry.
How many actions is the spell? I thought it was a one action spell.
Yeah, I thought it was 2, but evolution surge is 2. I will make the mistake again.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Alright.
Oh, it's also my bad because I hadn't added them to your spell list, so I can't quickly go and look at them. So that'll be done before next session. But yeah, I thought I caught everything, but there's always something you forget. But Valen, you're up.
Okay.
So we're chasing it?
Well, I thought it was a good idea in case it goes to get more.
Alright, I'll use an action to stride. Man. Does it say where I started? Okay, yeah, so it's 15. So is climbing this a part of the action? To stride? Or is that another action?
If you've got enough movement left on your stride, what's your speed?
So I'm 25 speed. So getting right here, I'd have 5 speed left.
So you would have to spend a separate action climbing over it.
I don't want to do that. But I did already stride. Let me look.
No, I'm pretty lenient on the first session. Feel free to take back your first action.
Oh no! I wanted to stride anyways because I'm going to start performing my rights because I don't see the point of chasing this guy. So I'm going to use an action to cast Sigil, and I'm gonna put a mark of my god on this thing's forehead, and then I'm gonna close its eyes.
Sure thing.
And that's my turn. And when I do, I say a little prayer. I mutter, "Everyone deserves to be judged," and I'll start moving on to the next one next turn. And that's my turn.
All right, Bowden, you're up.
I guess we will stride.
I'll use the movement to get out of his way, if that's okay.
You can move through allies. You just can't end your movement on their square.
Okay, so it's not like difficult terrain through allies?
No.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
Cool.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, you just can't end your movement on your friend's square.
And I'm going to pick up my weapon from the one that fell on the ground here.
Yep, sure. One action to move up, one action to scoop it up. You got one action left.
And I'm going to raise my shield. You're ready.
Ooh, okay.
Alright, so I believe... Let me see if there's something that automatically does it, or if you can do it on your sheet. I'll forget that later, but I remember you got a +2 to your AC because you're raising a steel shield.
Yep. So to 20. Woohoo!
Yeah. Alright. This strange toad-like creature will look up towards this dragon, and you'll see it kind of breathe in, and it just fills its lungs with air, and then it shoots out this small slime ball out towards the dragon.
Oh shit.
However, it will miss.
Oh.
However, it will try to do the same thing. It'll breathe in once more and try to shoot out again.
Oh, that is gonna
this
hit.
time hitting.
Okay. So roleplay wise, she has no idea that there's a frog out there, but suddenly she just like voodoo doll style, like turns her head like she just got hit upside the head with something. Got it. Okay. What's the effect?
Yeah. The creature is clumsy and takes a -5 penalty to speed for 1 hour, as it's just covered in this thick goo.
Oh my
it's
god.
like unable to like get it off. So clumsy essentially is a negative to all your dex-based skills, and like anything to do with dex is currently at a -1.
Okay.
So the way that conditions works is there's a bunch of different conditions in 2E. If you've got 2 of the same condition, you just take the higher value. So like they don't stack up with one another. Essentially, there's one condition for like every single stat, and then there's a bunch of other ones, like frightened, for example. But yeah, that will be the Slurk's turn.
The slurk? Oh my goodness.
No,
okay.
I gave the name away. Oh well, too late.
I mean, we're from D&D. We don't know what the hell any of this stuff is. Like, this
Yeah,
is-
I'm trying to figure out what a Mipfit is.
Yeah.
Mipfit.
Oh man. Okay.
It's
So, but
now the
we're connected like pain wise, right? So I would know that he's been attacked, right?
Yes. However, it didn't take any damage.
Okay.
He's just got this thick goo on him, but presumably you kind of have this third, this
maybe
like
you just
sixth sense
feel
that you
it,
can
you
feel.
know?
Yeah. Okay.
Phantom slime.
Phantom slime. It's all over me. It's all over me. It's in my hair. Ah! Okay.
So this Mifflet will attempt a athletics check. It is not trained in athletics. So
Oh, after you grab the ledge, you have to climb back up
Yeah.
on your turn? Oh man, athletics
Yeah.
is this?
the Mifflet is unable. He's like trying to pull himself up with like his tiny arms, but he's just not able to.
Wow.
Oh man.
It would appear he's having a bad day.
He's awkwardly dangling off the ledge, and he's just not able to pull himself up. He doesn't critical fail because the DC is not hard, but he just can't get himself up.
Amazing. 3 tries
that-
because 3 action economy. That's amazing. Okay.
Yep. That'll bring us back to Chamomile.
All right.
I feel that pain. I understand that pain.
Okay, something's happening out there. All right, let's see. All right, so now my familiar, like, I guess we like kind of share control of him, but in combat I have control of him, so I have to like meta play as if he was doing stuff by himself without her knowing, because they don't share senses. And...
Yeah, you get like a
Right
vague
on.
idea of what's going on.
Yeah.
Like
Right,
you know,
right.
like it's in danger, it's fighting something, it
Okay.
needs my help.
Gotcha. Okay.
You don't know anything beyond that. Also, you guys like you're close enough that if you wanted to like yell at in Draconic and it respond, you would kind of get an
like
idea.
free action? Okay, yeah.
Free action. Just
She'll
talk to it.
yell out in Draconic, "Did you get him?" And then he'll shout back, "There's a frog!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
There's this big toad thing. I don't like it.
But can you get the little blue guy?
I'll try.
Alright, so walk me through how to get over there and get that blue dude. Because he has a plus 20 to speed for a minute, so...
Alright. You could attempt to acrobatics across the vine to kind of balance.
Okay.
You could try to just run across and then try to... Actually, it's close enough to the swamp floor now that it's a bit lower down since it's hanging from the ledge, that if you're underneath it, you could attack it.
Okay.
However, looking at the swamp, you can't really see how deep the water goes, so you don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Ooh, okay.
And it's made of paper.
I mean, you know, yeah. What about jumping this gap? Like, how would we do that?
Yep, you could try to... So, I believe long jump is a 2 action, and if you haven't got a run up beforehand, it's at a slight negative.
Mhm.
However, your speed is, what is it, 40 at the moment?
40 because it's -5 from the slime.
Yeah, so at the moment, you can, even without an athletics check, ooh, that was the wrong button. You can jump a gap of up to 20 feet.
Oh,
it's half your
okay.
speed.
What?
All right, so but it would take 2 actions for him to do that.
Yes.
Okay, so our tandem action, the tandem action, is going to be him jump, and then I'm going to, with Chamomile, use move.
Yep.
All right. All right, so I'll use 10 feet of her move, and then I'll use, you said I could jump 20 feet? God damn. All right, so jump to there?
Yeah, you can jump a gap of up to 20 feet. So you can't... the rules are a bit weird. So
Okay.
it's like, if it's less than 20 feet, you can jump it. So you'd
Okay.
be 1 square back.
Oh, okay. So, but that's 2 actions to get there. All right,
Yes.
and then there's no opportunity attacks. Okay. All right. So then, let's see. He has no ranged attacks yet, cause him baby. All right. Or does he? What's my evolution feat?
I think it was your glider thing, right?
Did I take the glider? Cause that would have been really smart. I could have just glided down on him.
Oh no, you took expanded. Your evolution feat was expanded senses.
Oh, expanded senses. Okay.
Yep.
I feel like glider for a paper dragon probably would have been a better move. All right. So then he's going to, I guess, move to here. Is that possible? Like,
You could move above it and be like right up against the wall.
okay. Could I climb into the window that it's trying to get into to kind of block its access?
Essentially, you're trying to get like past the creature. So the way that normally works is you have to tumble through using
am I
acrobatics,
above him since he's down low and I'm up on this ledge?
But because he's like hanging down, I think you could. I think he's not really blocking your way, so you're able to get. However, to get into like the hole that he's squeezing into, you would have to roll me an athletics check because it is a bit hard for a medium creature.
Okay, so it's athletics or is it acrobatics?
Acrobatics to squeeze through.
Oh, okay. So, all right, here we go. Acrobatics. Uh, 23.
Oh, with a 23, that's enough to squeeze yourself in there.
Nice. All right, so now it's just like filling it just like expands, like it puffs up like a paper balloon to like fill up the passage.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, that is your turn, bringing us over to Varlin.
Oh wait.
Oh,
with the rest of Cam's movement, seeing the slurk, would she see it with this ledge here, blocking or?
The ledge is kind of like the same height, if not a bit lower than the bridge you're on, so you're able to see over and look at it.
Okay. Then she will move over to here with the rest of her movement, and then.
I will say it didn't really matter too much here, but like the way movement works is like if you go into your next action, like the rest of the movement doesn't
you don't get to split. You don't get to split it up. Oh, okay.
You don't get to split it. It's just you spend an action and you move up to your speed.
Okay, I'll just wait here then, and then I'll have Pork is gonna use a stealth action to try and hide, and that's my turn.
Yep, sure.
All right.
Right. Now we'll jump back over to Varlin.
Okay.
As she's putting sigils on these dead bodies.
Remy, that's you.
I was talking that whole time. But
Oh, okay.
No, the muted mic.
Yep. Classic. So Chamomile's kind of going all crazy. I think she said something about a frog, but I mean, why would we kill a frog? Doesn't make sense. So I guess I will use 2 actions to tell this Mitflit that he deserves to be judged, and I will put a little sigil on his head, on his forehead, and I'll close his eyes. And then I guess I'll go look and see what's going on out there. So would 25 feet of movement be enough to get me from where I am with the stride action up to where the dragon went?
Because you would have to do an acrobatics, which would like increase the movement. You would have to spend at least 2 actions to get there. However, if you wanted to walk up where Chamomile was,
Yeah, I'll just walk up to Chamomile
yeah.
then, since I'm done here. So yeah, I will stride through Chamomile at no extra movement because Pathfinder's cool.
Oh, you're here. You're here.
and-
Throw your axe. Throw the magic axe at that guy.
It's still here.
Mhm.
Okay. She looks like she's ready to do that, and her turn ends.
Okay.
Sure. Is there anything you wanted to do on your third action? Cast the shield cantrip, do a weak or knowledge check on some of the enemies?
The sigil is 2 actions.
Oh, right. I forgot. That's great.
I don't know why a flavor cantrip is so damn expensive, but that's what I spent 2 Pac-Mans on it. So hopefully that Mitflit soul has a chance.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, Bowden, you're up.
All right. I'll walk up here.
Boudin, look, there's a frog, just like you said. There's a frog.
I look at him and I'll say, you keep your hoppy ass in the water. Moralize it.
Nice.
All right, roll me that intimidate check, please.
It doesn't want to listen.
No.
It does not, as it like snorts out of its nostrils, and you see like this massive amount of air and like snot just gets shot out, and it kind of looks towards you as it does so.
And I will just keep my shield raised. So I guess I'll send my third action on that.
Sure. You see the large toad kind of inhale deep as it once did before, but it doesn't let the breath out, and it kind of just sits there, almost like it's ready to do something.
Oh.
Well, that will be its turn. What will this Mythwood do? It will continue to try to get up. There we go. So one action, it kind of pulls itself up to like the same level as the dragon. It'll attempt to try to get past the dragon to get in the area behind it with a acrobatics check. So this will be against your Eidolon's reflex DC, which is 10 plus its reflex save. So it is able to get past. However, that will be its turn.
Oh.
Bringing us back to Chamomile.
Okay, so he has his breath weapon recharged, but I don't think he needs it because it'd be much cooler to attack in melee. So, oh man. Okay, so I got this boost Eidolon. It's 100 foot, and it's verbal, and it targets my Eidolon. Focus deeply, link between you and your Eidolon, boost the power of its attacks. I did add this in my sheet. It gets a +2 status bonus to damage with its unarmed attacks.
That is correct.
Yeah, and if it deals more than 1 damage die, the bonus is 2 per damage die to a maximum of +8 with 4 damage dice. So if I were to take that evolution where you get the elemental damage added to your attacks, that'd be pretty sick. I would.
That elemental, it won't include elemental damage. So
oh, really?
When it says extra damage die, one of the ways you scale up as Pathfinder characters is you get striking wounds. So if you put that on a weapon, it essentially doubles the weapon's damage die. So like if you've got a greatsword, it becomes 2d12 instead of 1d12.
Ah, okay.
If you're holding a weapon with a striking wound chamomile, it applies to your idol.
Got it. Okay. And then he has strikes here. He has a primary and a secondary. Does he get more than one attack at a time? Does he have like a
no,
multi-attack?
but you can. No, essentially that's just the 3 actions. So like, you would spend 1 action to do your slashing fibers, and then your second action to do wings, because your wings are agile. So if you spend, as I described before, the multiple.
Oh, the penalty is lower for your secondary attacks. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
So it's not necessarily secondary attacks. It's if a weapon has the agile trait, it's better for second and third attacks, which your wings do.
Okay. And then I think my slashing fibers, they cause trip. So what does that mean?
So the way trip works is essentially if you can use that weapon for a trip attack. It doesn't deal damage, you just do the athletics check. However, if you've got some kind of bonus to your weapon, or in this case, the Eidolon's attack bonus, it applies to your athletics check.
Oh, okay. Okay, then we're going to use a tandem, and the tandem is, Chamomile is going to, boost him. So she's going to use this, boost cantrip right here. It's a whole thing, and then he is going to...
Yeah, before you roll, drag on boost Eidolon, so he gets the bonus damage.
Okay, okay. Cool. And then I target this guy. Alright, and then I'm going to try and use the slashing fibers. Here we go. Oh no! I'm going to use my... It hits?
No, that does not hit, but I was about to say you can use your hero point.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my hero point on that one. Alright, so we'll try again.
Sadly, not enough. Remember, you don't have to re-roll it. You can just right-click your roll, and there's an option to use your hero point, because that way it spends the hero point on your character sheet.
Oh, okay, okay. So that...
But you still have 1 action left.
So the 14 didn't hit?
The 14 does not hit.
Damn, but if he attacks again, the attack's going to have a penalty to it.
So yeah, if you use your slashing fibers, it'll be at a -5, but if you use your wing, it's at a -4.
Okay.
So 1 more to hit with your wing.
Okay, but I have 2 actions left because of tandem. So I was able to make the 1 strike for 1, and then I boosted him as the 1 from her, right?
Well, how many actions does boost Eidolon take?
Oh, you're right, you're right.
1?
Let's see. I forgot to check. Boost only takes 1.
Oh, then yeah, you've still got 2 actions left.
Then now I'm just going to point blank breathe a breath weapon on this guy.
Alright. He'll try to make a reflex save.
Alright. And it will come back in next round. Alright. Oh, that's a good save. It didn't critically save though.
So, still takes half damage.
So 2 more damage.
Which is just barely enough. You breathe out, and this creature gets like millions and millions of paper cuts as you like slash its neck and arms, and eventually it just collapses to the floor dead.
Oh hell yeah. Okay. Alright, and then for independent action, Pork is going to search. Is that something minions can, or a minion is allowed to do?
Yeah, he can search, so he can roll a perception check.
Alright, do you need it to be a secret one, or...?
In combat, I'm happy for it just to be open, because it just makes it a bit easier to run.
Okay. Perception's all the way at the top, probably because it's the most important thing. Okay. Ooh, 22. So he's just looking around the room for anything interesting or dangerous.
Yeah, sure. With 22, he finds all these strange lumps of like this strange grey material on the floor. However, in one of these, there seems to be a small bead that is rather shiny, kind of sticking out.
A bee, like an insect?
A bead.
A bead. Like, a bead. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, he can't pick it up or anything, but yeah, that's his turn. Okay.
Yep. Alright, Valen, you're up. As you can kind of see this, like, large toad kind of, it's breathing and is kind of looking at you threatening, but it's not moving.
Is it like, can I do a sense motive to see if, like, we leave this thing alone, if it'll not mess with us anymore?
The closest thing in combat would be, actually, No, that would make sense. You can roll a perception check.
Okay.
With a 23, you think if you kind of leave it by itself, it won't bother you guys. It only reactively attacked out. But you think if you left it alone for long enough, it would just calm down.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use another action to share. Is it called share information? No, that's point out. So
yeah, you can share that for free. Knowledge checks is something you can talk amongst. Talking is a free action.
And I'll say it won't mess with us if we leave it alone.
Oh. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
in that case, we could just call it, I guess, because I could just summon Verso back and then summon him back out again.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. That's the thing summoners could do. Recall, recall Eidolon or something. Yeah. Wait, is that an actual move I have to learn, or is that something I should know?
I think it's something you have.
Okay.
I think it's if you use the manifest Eidolon action while it's out, you make it disappear, and then you can just use that action again.
Okay, yeah. Alright.
Okay, then can we just go forward through these doors?
Oh, wait. Pork found some beads.
A bead?
Yeah, so with that, if you're not messing with this creature, we will change the music.
Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't make a XP farming murder hobo.
Wow.
This
is an XP system, man.
Oh man.
I'm actually running milestones.
Oh, are you? Oh, yeah. Leave the frog alone. Yeah. What was I thinking? Oh, okay.
I miss XP so much.
Yeah. Hashtag save the frogs. Before I summon him back, could he look through the belongings on it? Because he's actually very smart and has Arcana and all sorts of other cool shit.
Right. Where did you want him to look through? Sorry.
The dead kid. The Mitflit.
Just see if it had anything on him.
Yeah, he's gonna rifle. See if there's anything useful.
All you can find is you see it had a short sword that it never had a chance to pull out.
Oh.
And 7 more darts.
Okay. And now, when I summon back the Pokemon, he can't bring anything with him, right? The Eidolon? Like I can't. He can't like hold stuff, and then I summon him back, and then the stuff he's holding, he still has with him? Question mark?
I don't think so. There's special Eidolon items you can get, which presumably stay with him.
Yeah.
But I think normal items just like drop if you make him disappear.
Okay.
Like
yeah. As a dragon, because even though he's made of paper, he is actually a dragon per the rules. So he quickly identifies that everything here is worthless. And so yeah, he'll answer the call to get summoned back.
Yep.
Okay. Sweet.
So as he gets summoned back, you'll hear in Draconic, "Do I get to eat the toad?"
No, not today. We're on milestones.
But it spat at me.
You can eat that guy.
You'll see this paper dragon kind of awkwardly gnawing on this body. He's not really doing any damage to the corpse, but he seems to be enjoying himself.
Okay, Kelmile will look to her allies and say, we should probably search the bodies, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't mean to click that.
Oh, what?
Wait, what happened?
we didn't see it. It's all good. It's all good.
Don't worry about it.
I didn't see anything. I wanted to see it. Oh, that's fine. Val is like, yes, the dead have no need for material possessions, and she'll help you search.
And detect magic.
Is this a holy avenger?
As you guys are, hold on. As you guys are starting to explore again, just describe what you guys are doing once more, and I'll do exploration activities as you're walking about. So do you guys just want to do the same thing as last
yeah,
time?
I just want to do the same.
Yeah.
Look for traps, enemies. Hopefully, I do better this time. And I'll also
And then-
search. Can I also be looking for like anything of interest?
If you're looking for that would be covered in search. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, then that's what I'm doing.
Oh, apparently I lost my connection to the server.
Oh.
Oh, I'm reloading the page. But while I'm doing that, just do what you guys did before for your exploration activities. Just roll that initiative, and then we'll use that to track it.
Oh, I rolled perception, but it's the same. Is that okay? I mean, I'll
Yeah,
reroll
that's
it
fine.
if you want. Damn.
Well, no, you were doing you were not
I was
seeking.
seeking. I was seeking. So
Yeah, that's perception. That's
Yeah.
fine. All right, you mean you rolled perception instead of
yeah,
the
instead
initiative?
of
Yeah, okay.
initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll add it in for you. And then Chamomile, you can roll Arcana, and then oh yeah, we're all good.
Oh, alright, fresh arcana. Poop. Skills.
Oh, sorry, I meant can you roll Arcana for your initiative? I'll set it up, but next time.
Oh, like a fresh
go to your-
initiative? Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
yep, that works.
Okay.
All right, so as you're looking over these bodies to find loot and stuff, you don't find much. You only find, similar to the last body, a short sword and an amount of darts on each Mitflip, I believe.
What about the
I
shiny
believe that-
bead?
Yeah, so you find what appears to be, from what you can tell, it just seems like it's like a small bit of jewelry, and anyone can roll me a crafting check if they want to try to identify it.
Oh, I have the crafting. What? Does anybody else have crafting?
Nope.
This
Nope.
one.
All right, my crafting is +5, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Ooh.
All right, with a 20, you recognize this as a peridot bead. Doesn't seem to have any magical qualities, but you know it's worth 2 gold.
Okay.
So you will find that in your inventory under treasures.
Sweet. My
many-
first treasure.
How many darts do these things have?
The one on the left has 9. The one on the right has 7, I think.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to grab some, since you don't have like a you don't want to throw that cool boomerang star thingy. I think my sister has one of those.
So, well, 16 darts. All right.
Are short swords? Well, why would I ever use it?
I practice non-violence, so no weapons for me.
So how, Ashwin, how you were talking about like the runes that increase like damage dice? So they're also like, or runes that increase like spellcasting? Or is that
No.
like a
It's
wand or a staff?
So you can get wands and staffs to like supplement the amount of spells you have, but there's nothing that can like increase how good you are at casting spells,
Interesting.
apart from something that might increase your stat in that spell. However, those items
Are probably
are very rare and high level, so not level 1 to 10 items.
okay. Okay. All right, let's move on.
Oh, so wait. Before we go anywhere, 10 minutes, 10-minute break.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
To refocus, if you know what I mean.
Yep, so if you guys are taking a break for a moment, Chamomile is spending 10 minutes refocusing.
Yep, I would
How do you think Chamomile would do that? Do you think you'd be like...
Reading more iconic Pathfinder mangas is probably how she...
Yep, sure thing.
I will also refocus.
Alright, so you guys kind of What would Valen be doing to refocus?
She's praying, preaching.
You all see Valen get down, kind of like on her knees. Do you think you'd be praying over the dead bodies of the Mythliths you'd slain, or is it more like just to
Yeah,
yourself?
that seems that's definitely appropriate for her character.
Yep, so you see her kind of kneeling down over these two dead bodies. One with its throat like just completely slit, its head's like barely attached, and the other a massive gaping wound in its chest.
So,
Bowden, while these two are taking time doing that, is there anything you wanted to do for 10 minutes?
I'll just play around these darts, throwing them, trying to see how they feel, and try to get a feel for them.
Yep, sure thing.
They're not the weapons I came here with.
I have a question. How do we get back hit points?
So the main way to do that is the medicine skill out of combat.
Okay.
So essentially, anyone trained in medicine and who has a healer's tools essentially can spend between either 10 minutes or an hour healing someone. They need to beat a DC 15 check, and they heal 2d8 on a success or 4d8 on a crit success.
Okay.
However, if they crit fail, they do a d8 of damage.
Okay.
Yeah. So after Val is done praying, she will pull out her medicine kit and look to patch up wounds on everybody. So is
Sure.
that 10 minutes per person?
Yep, 10 minutes per person.
Okay. All right.
So there's a feat once you're expert in medicine called Ward Medic, where you can heal multiple people at once. There's also a feat called Continual Recovery, which gets rid of the cooldown. So normally the cooldown is an hour, but the cooldown doesn't count into effect the amount of time you spent healing. So the default is you can spend 10 minutes healing to do that in the manner I told before.
What do I get if I spend an hour? Is it like a circumstance bonus?
No, but you double the healing you do.
Oh, wow. Medicine's OP.
So essentially, yeah, if you really wanted to, you could spend 3 hours here now healing everyone up, but you guys haven't taken too much damage, so 30 minutes
I
should
expect
suffice.
30 minutes. So I'll roll 3 medicine checks. So I have this feat from my background.
You've got
assurance and medicine, but I don't know if that's high enough to hit a 15. So it's 10 plus your proficiency bonus. So my proficiency bonus is a 1 right now, right?
Your proficiency bonus is 3 because it's your level plus 2 at trained. So essentially, once you're level 3, you can auto succeed.
I can just use it and auto succeed, but then I won't have a chance to crit succeed. Got it. Okay. All right. So I will put that in my back pocket until we're level 3. And do you want me to just throw out 3 medicine checks?
Tell me the order that you're doing.
Yeah, I'll tell you the order. So the first one will be for Cam. Let me go to my skills. Oh, I guess it's on proficiencies.
Okay, I have a plus. No, I don't think I have anything to this. All right, never mind.
Remember, you don't have to open up your character sheet to use your skills. If you've got your token selected up the top left, there's just a skills drop-down.
I'm a big play from the sheet kind of guy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the first one. Ooh. So I guess we'll just. Can I just try again, or is Cam on cooldown now, even though I failed?
Cam's on cooldown, even though you failed.
Sorry, Cam.
Okay.
All right, I will try on Boudin. Ooh, sorry. Then I'll hit myself. Ooh.
Val, do you still have a hero point? Also, after
hero points only last for the one session. Yeah.
Oh, do they only last for the one session?
Yeah, you can have a max of 3. Speaking of which, after dealing with all these mid-flits and deciding to leave the toad alive, I'll give everyone a hero point for that.
Oh, awesome. Then I'll just throw both out right now. 1 for the Boudin, and 1 for Cam, and I will ignore myself.
Yeah. When you heal Cam, you heal twice.
Oh, that's a success.
So that's Boudin.
So what does that mean?
1 sec. Okay, so now I roll 2d8 for Boudin, right?
Yes.
Wow, 2d8. That's incredible.
Yep. Then that's for Boudin.
I'm having to reboot. So what?
Okay.
Is there a status effect we should turn on to know that we have been healed, or?
No, there's nothing to say to represent the cooldown.
And that's for Cam. Ooh.
Wait,
So
why did it
you-
roll
I
two
don't-
d20s?
I don't know why it rolled 2. I only told it to do. Oh, I think I didn't click the use. Oh, I didn't have a hero point, so it said roll with advantage. I think that's what I
it
clicked.
is.
Oh,
Okay.
so my the
Are we good to
23?
just take the first one? Because that's what it would have been.
Just roll another.
Or
medicine
okay,
check.
I'll roll another. My bad.
Okay.
I was trying to do the right click add hero point, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I
see.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, I needed to have. I didn't check the extra one on my sheet because I used it right away. Okay, so that's a success. So Cam heals 5 hit points.
All right, cool.
I don't-
That's all I needed.
I don't know why I'm throwing out so many dice. I'm sorry. There you go.
It's fine.
Whew.
And as you guys spend this time kind of healing yourselves and recovering your spells, you realize this place is pretty dangerous. You're not sure what awaits you inside the Gauntlight. But that perhaps is where our story ends for today.
Yeah, that's cool. Before we get caught up in anything else, yeah. All right.
But yeah, I
How
hope
much
you guys
healing
had
was that?
fun.
I just gotta get that.
You got
It was enough to heal you to full.
Okay,
It
okay.
was like
9.
Nice.
Wow. So everyone that has has a medicine kit is basically has the 5th edition healer feat. That's flipping wild. Like
practically, yeah.
with
And
a
it
better
doesn't
with a
have
better
it doesn't have
cooldown.
charges either.
Yeah, with a better cooldown too.
Also, as you increase in proficiency, so if you're an expert in medicine, you can attempt a harder DC, and the heal becomes 2d8 plus 10. And then that keeps scaling up.
At legendary 2d8 plus 50.
Wow. Medicine's great.
Yeah, that's just one of the things medicine skill does. Wow.
Okay, Ash, I did have a quick question. So
Yeah, sure.
on my character sheet, it says I have 2 focus points. I'm not sure. I thought I was only supposed to have 1. I might be wrong though.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I wasn't sure why it automatically gave you 2. It might be. I'm trying to figure out if because you're cloistered cleric, it gives you 2 somehow, but I'm not actually sure.
So domain initiate. Yeah, the feat doesn't even say how many I get. It just says that
by
they cost
default
1.
you should have 1.
Oh, and you start with the focus pool of 1 focus. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not sure why it's automatically giving you 2. Maybe I put it in wrong. But yeah, you definitely do have 1 in your pool.
Okay. I'll just keep track of it.
Well, yeah, hope you guys had fun.
Yeah.
If you guys have got any questions, or if anyone watching has any questions, feel free to hit me up.
Awesome.
Oh, I sent you the one question I had about the evolution feat. I just kind of like.
Yeah, you definitely can. You get
Okay.
freebie retrains on session 1.
Okay.
Perfectly fine.
Cool. All right.
Oh, are you gonna get rid of the dark vision?
Well, no, Dragon already has dark vision, so
Oh,
the only
yeah,
thing.
you were taking dark vision because you were thinking about the plant, right?
Yeah. Originally, I was going
I
to do a
see,
plant
okay.
eidolon that doesn't have dark vision, and then I never updated it to be something else, so it was still stuck on expanded senses.
Gotcha. Yeah, I
yeah.
took my ancestry for dark vision because I didn't want to be the only one without dark vision and be that guy.
Fair. I have to say, first blush is pretty damn good. Yeah. God, how many first level 5e adventures have I run or played through where you just have nothing to do? You know, like you move, you make an attack. Like the most exciting thing that happens is opportunity attack. Like this was crazy, like the amount of stuff that was happening, and having an actual Not like this is kind of a dragon, but it's an actual dragon. Like it has an actual breath weapon that follows the same mechanics as the other dragons in Pathfinder with the D4 recharge and everything. It just felt really good. It felt like really cool to have such a flexible set of things I could do every round. Yeah, I really liked it.
I think that's really one of the benefits of 2E is like how flexible like the character building is, but also like how flexible your turns are with the 3 actions. Like it's not like you're always doing the same thing on every turn. Sometimes it's always like as a caster, like you move, you cast a spell, you move, you cast a spell, but there's still like a lot of variety in there.
And it's really cool is I like the synergy. I mean, being able to do the 3 actions, the degrade, demoralize, and then throw, and then get to
Yeah.
It just worked out really nicely.
Yeah. I was worried that Summoner with Familiar was going to be like an absolute nightmare for figuring out the action point economy, but I'm kind of glad I did because I really feel like I'm jumping in the deep end of trying to figure things out with this build, but I think it's going to be okay. I think I kind of have the cadence of it down now. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Jumping. Yeah, you definitely pick something where it's like you just have a lot of actions. And like you played it really well. You very quickly picked up like, hey, this is how much stuff I can do. There was like a misstep here and there with spells, but like that's just misreading the spell rather than anything else. I will say familiars in combat generally aren't like the most useful tool. At most, they're being used as like a flanking body, and flanking didn't even come up this session.
Yeah.
So the way flanking works, if you're on one side of the enemy and the one of your friends is on the other side, it makes the creature flat-footed, which essentially means it has a -2 to AC. So if you ever send out your dragon and set your familiar behind the creature, you would give your dragon a bonus to hit.
I'm so hesitant to use the familiar for anything because it has 5 hit points and like a 14 armor class, and I think when it drops to 0 it just disappears, right? It doesn't actually have and it takes a week to get it back. It's a week cooldown. So yeah, I kind of want to save it for just utility outside of combat rather than rather than risking it. And
If that's your plan for your familiar, I normally hand wave. If you want your familiar to just be like inside your jacket or something, and for it to be like not in combat, that's definitely something you can do. But if you want to have it out,
I was gonna buy it the little like carry case that you attach to your backpack, but I didn't have enough money. I don't think. But they have like an item that's like a little like a cat carrier. And they can't be targeted while they're inside of it, and even if an AoE goes off, the AoE has to destroy the case before it can actually damage the Pokemon. And I guess there's a cantrip that you can send them into a Pokeball, but I didn't see that, so I got to figure out what that cantrip is.
I don't know if it's. I think it's a spell. I don't think it's a cantrip.
Ooh, yeah, I think it's a level 1 spell.
Oof, no.
It lasts for you create it and it lasts for 8 hours.
I get one spell a day, y'all.
Oh,
yeah, I'm not a real spellcaster. If I was a real spellcaster and had a dragon, I think that'd be kind of messed up. So yeah.
Yeah, at most summoners get 4 spells per day.
Yeah, it's kind of like 5e Warlock. Like we're pretty locked down on variety and amount of spells per day. But we also have a dragon, so there's that. So
yeah, having a dragon is pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to ask. I know that there's a evolution feat for riding your thing, but I also read that since I'm small and it's medium, I could ride it anyways. So how does that hash out? Like, if I'm riding it, does it just functions like normally, right? I'm just on its back and it gets its action economy, I get my action economy, or?
I know how this works with like familiars and like animal companions.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really looked into it with an Eidolon. Okay. One thing to point out is that if you're actually, it wouldn't matter because you share your map anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'm not sure how it would work. I think you could just be able to ride it, because like you still have to spend an action to get it to move. So like, yeah, I think that should be fine.
Yes, it's okay to use the Eidolon as a mount, and it can act as just the mount on my turn, but then it still gets its own turn to use its turn. This doesn't seem
But
very
remember,
Oh.
it's not like it has its own turn. It acts on your
Yeah,
turn.
yeah, yeah.
regardless.
We're all like one unit or whatever. But
Yeah.
like, if I cast that spell that made its speed go up, obviously it'd be pretty beneficial to me to stay with it and have it be at 45. You know?
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I'll look into that. I think you're able to do it. I can't think of any rule that stops you from doing it.
All right. Not that was my big motivation for playing a small size summoner, but it was definitely one of the motivations for playing a small size summoner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, I think I'm good. We had a lot of people watch the game tonight, so
Nice.
yeah, to everybody that hung out and chat and watched the game, thank you for hanging out. We'll be playing again next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have 2 spots available. There's 2 spots available.
Help wanted.
Yeah, help wanted for sure. Do we have a link to the game? I could throw it in the chat real quick.
Yeah, I can pop that up quickly.
Yeah.
I'm also running the same. I don't have any people in these slots, but if this time slot doesn't work for anyone, I do run at different times. So just reach out to me on Start Playing. But I will get this game.
Here we go. I'll use the one that gives me a reference link. Kacha. No, wait, that just linked to my Discord. Oh shoot, hold on. There we go. I'll put the referral code in. Yeah. All right. So.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm just putting in the chat the same thing that you just posted, but
All right,
that
sweet.
should be a link to the game.
All right, and I'll add that to the YouTube description too, because this will also go up onto the YouTube VODs. So. Cool. Well,
Yep,
thank you
great.
so much for running a great game.
I'm glad you guys had fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. All right. Well, I'm gonna head out. So.
Are we not doing it?
What are we? What? Oh, announcements. Oh yeah. Quick announcements. Yeah. So tomorrow night is Curse of Strahd Nightfall. No. Wait. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Hunter.
Yeah. Tomorrow night
You're
is
so
Monster.
good at this.
Tomorrow, well, I'm in a bad situation, and I might have to work late. Someone will control me. I'll get killed by the spider monster. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what that is.
Yeah, so Wednesday is tomorrow. We're playing Monster Hunter 5e with Dom Odyssey as the DM. That's going to be at 8, and we're approaching the end of that homebrew campaign, and it's getting pretty intense, pretty exciting. Then Thursday night, we got Curse of Strahd Nightfall, currently kicking around the village of Barovia. Then we've got Friday night, Orpheus is continuing his Rime of the Frost Maiden game. Saturday morning, we've got Red Hand of Doom. And then Saturday night, we'll be streaming 7 to 10 hours of Solasta, some ridiculous amount of Solasta.
7 to 72 hours.
Yeah. We're gonna play a shitload of Solasta on Saturday night. Sunday morning, we got Curse of Strahd Daybreak. Sunday night, we've got Mythic Odysseys. And then Monday night, we have Odyssey of the Dragonlords Prime. That is our level 18 plus game. They're about to embark on some real crazy stuff. And then we'll be back here next Tuesday. So, sounds good. All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and thank you for running an amazing game. Ash, it was awesome.
Yeah, thank you for
Ash.
choosing me as your GM.
Oh no, it's working out really well. So.
Yeah, I'll see you guys next week.
All right.
If you have any questions before then, feel free to ask. And if you want to pop in and edit anything on the server, I'll open it up at least 12 hours before the session goes up. So you've got the day at least.
Okay.
Sounds fantastic. Cool. Thank you.
All right.
Night.
See you guys around.
All right. Good night, everyone. Or good day to you, Ash.
Yes, it is 3 for me. So yes, good day to me.
Time travel.